that game, unbelievable in his 1v1. His accelerations from standing, almost like you when you play hockey.
Absolutely,
From standing, he's just like this, bang.
See,
and then,
Thomas
and
knows
then,
his players. He knows his players.
and then he's on the other side. I think he's special. He's unique. Hopefully, he can keep it up. Because we all know there's very, very few players when they're that good at that age that can keep it throughout their career.
Is that managed by you, Thomas?
That he can keep it up? I think the managers can help, but I think it's a lot on the individual, and hopefully that individual get the right help from friends, family, and not too many talkers around him.
Fascinating. Thomas, lovely to have you with us for the last hour. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Dion, much more to come from you as well. Thank you.
Sure.
Don't forget, we've got England versus Denmark coming up later. Full commentary on 5 Live. But we start with Slovenia against Serbia in the company of Stephen Warnock and Lee Blakeman.
Thank you, Steve. Good afternoon, everyone. Lots of pre-match talk about Serbia possibly pulling out of the tournament following chance made in yesterday's game between Croatia and Albania. But they are lined up and ready to go at the Allianz Arena, preparing for a game they really need to win against Slovenia. Serbia, impressive, certainly in the second half against England on Sunday, despite losing 1-0. Slovenia also impressed in the second half of their opener against Denmark, coming away with a point. Overcast day in Munich as we get ready for the first game of the day in Group C, with, as Steve mentioned a few moments ago, the headline match in this group to come in Frankfurt later between England and Denmark, as the two teams take to the field at the Allianz Arena. The ball on the plinth, just removed by the referee Istvan Kovacs from Romania, in Group C, with, as Steve mentioned a few moments ago, the headline match in this group to come in Frankfurt later between England and Denmark, as the two teams take to the field at the Allianz Arena. The ball on the plinth, just removed by the referee Istvan Kovacs from Romania.
They are tough and crazy sometimes, and not a lot of people would know. We go through so many different emotions, and then it's dealing with them and being composed, and we still have to perform regardless of what's going on. So he's sort of giving you ways to deal with that, so it helped me massively.
Have you brought any books with you out of interest?
Yeah, I brought 3, I think. I brought Dan Carter's one. I think it's called The Art of Winning and Leadership. And then I bought David Goggins' Never Finished.
Wow.
Just trying to wrap my brain here. And then the third one, I'm actually getting me.
Handshakes in the director's box as well, as we get ready for kickoff here in the first of 3 games for you on 5 Live and BBC Sounds today between Slovenia and Serbia. Serbia making 3 changes from the side that started against England on Sunday
of this tournament. Quick reminder of the teams for you. Unchanged Slovenia, Oblak in goal, Kalinic, Dirkušić, Fiol and Janja, the back 4. The midfield is Stojanovic, Elshnik, Cherin and Mlakar, and it's Špora and Šeško up front. As for Serbia, 3 changes for them. Rajkovic in goal, Pavlovic, Milenkovic and Velkovic, the back 3. Mladenovic, Lukic, Ilic and Živkovic, the midfield quartet, with Dusan Tadic in behind Mitrovic and Vlahovic. And Tashdawi, the former England striker, alongside me. It is going to be about which of the 2 teams can be more ruthless, because there is so much attacking talent on that pitch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as well to see how the teams come out. You know, are they going to go all guns blazing, or are they going to maybe keep it steady and look to build into the game? I think Serbia definitely need to come out all guns blazing, set their intentions off at the start,
I think,
see if they can really use their physical presence, aerial ability as well, which we know they're really strong at. But again, I just fancy the Slovenia team. I think they're going to be a real threat on the counter-attack with those front 2 in particular. I see it being a tight one, I really do, but very entertaining.
How are you doing today?
The referee this afternoon is Istvan Kovac of Romania, very experienced UEFA official. And the scene is set in Munich. This wonderful state-of-the-art stadium, absolutely enormous. The outside of it is eye-catching, but it's what goes on inside it that holds our attention today.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good match
It's
as
all
well.
up for grabs for both Slovenia and Serbia. It is a regional rivalry that takes centre stage, and it is Slovenia who get us underway. Playing from right
Hey,
to left
that's
as we
good.
look
I
at
bet
it,
it feels
all in
nice,
white.
man.
Serbia attacking the goal away to the right, all in red. And it is Serbia in possession here, and an early touch down the left for Mladenovic. Filip Mladenovic, who came in for the injured Filip Kostic midway through the game against England.
Oh, good morning,
Kostic
by the
out
way.
for the rest of the tournament.
Or
with
good
a knee
afternoon,
injury.
good evening to you.
And now first touch for Dusan Tadic in the inside right channel, midway inside the Slovenia half, and they work it out to that left-hand side. Early cross from Mladenovic in towards Mitrovic. That was well defended by Slovenia, who've still got work to do on the edge of their own area. And here comes Serbia again with Vlahovic trying to lay it off. Slovenia able to clear towards halfway, and Šeško nearly won it on halfway to start a counter-attack. We've had a minute.
Yeah, it sucks to sit
It's
down.
been lively already.
It really has. Great start by Serbia.
I'm doing
On the
good,
front
I'm doing
foot,
good.
exactly what I said they needed to do.
I'm just
Get an
waking
early
up
ball.
over here.
So that's going to be a hard one to get past. Very, very entertaining first minute.
Lots of exciting football to come on the TalkSport network, including a massive game for England against Denmark. That one kicks off at 5. You'll hear every kick
Yeah,
with us
that's
on
right.
TalkSport.
7 a.m.
And
The sun is out,
European
though,
classic
and it's
at
like
8
11 degrees
as
already,
Italy
so we're pretty
face
good.
Spain. The big
It's not
games
bad
just
at
keep
all.
on coming at Euro 2024, and you will hear them all across the TalkSport network. Long ball forward towards Šeško for Slovenia, but it was above his bleached blonde head. And a loose touch here by Pavlovic for Serbia, and that's allowed Stojanovic a bit of space on the right-hand side here for Slovenia, but it was a good reaction by the big defender, Strahinja. Pavlovic came across and dealt with the danger, but just a bit of nervousness there from that Serbian back line. And Pavlovic specifically had a really tough first half against Bukayo Saka against England. England winning that game by 1-0 thanks to a first half goal from Jude Bellingham. But Serbia were much improved
Just the mace part.
in the second half. Here is
Did you see the mace where Tone maced
centre
him?
back for Slovenia,
And then he was
plays
in
it
the
out to
hotel
right-hand
trying to
side.
leave, but he
Played
couldn't because he
inside the
couldn't open his eyes.
Serbian half as Slovenia played their way into it. Elshnik forward
Windy,
to
hey?
Šeško, tried to turn on the edge of the Serbian box. It's broken here for Stojanovic. He finds the right back Karnic, and then they tried to switch it.
Oh,
Karnic couldn't quite
yeah, okay.
find Shirin in an
I
area
couldn't
where he could
remember.
do damage.
I
He
said
quickly
hi to
closed
you
in.
in Stonix.
Yeah, you can see as soon as Serbia lose the ball,
Right,
they're getting
right,
back
right,
actually
right,
quite
right.
deep and actually
couldn't
preventing the
remember
space in
where I saw
behind for
you.
Slovenia to hit, because
Because
they
you were
know
in Stonix
that is what they
yesterday.
want. They
I
want the
saw
space
you in
in behind for
Stonix,
their
and I was
two
like,
front
oh,
two,
full
pace,
Stonix here.
power, agility, really dynamic two centre forwards.
Serbia didn't even complete a pass in the first 5 minutes of their game against England. They've made a much more sure-footed start here.
Okay, false
Although
god.
They've lost it in midfield.
Yeah,
Lukic
yeah,
with the
yeah,
error,
right on.
and the shot
Okay,
was driven
false
in
god.
from the edge of the area by
Okay,
Chirin,
now we
straight to
have
the goalkeeper,
the
Rajkovic, who did
we
spill
have
it.
the Copa
Puts it in
America
a rather
starting,
awkward
and
area.
the Copa
He has
America
managed to
is
gather
like
it
Euro
second time around.
for
And we have
North and South
seen a bit of
America, and
loose
it's being
play
hosted in the
from both
States.
teams so far.
Yeah,
And
and that's
Canada
what Serbia
plays
can't afford to
Argentina
do.
tonight. I'm going to
Keep
stream
possession,
that
but
one
you
too.
can't give away the ball
We're
so
probably going to
cheaply
get
like
our
that,
butts
because
kicked though.
that is
I'm
what
guessing like
Slovenia live
3-0,
for. Those moments,
3-1.
those triggers
That's my
that they can
prediction.
pounce, and that's when they'll hurt you.
And Chirin, who had that shot for Slovenia, has become a really important part of this Slovenian team. Played
Yeah.
every single minute of
Yeah.
the qualifiers, plays his
Yeah,
top football
yeah.
with Panathinaikos.
Our group,
Greek Cup this season.
our group is
But
tough.
it's Serbia who
It's
have it on the edge of their own area with
Argentina,
Ivan
Chile,
Ilic, who was
Peru,
brought
and
in for
us.
Nemanja Gudel.
We can get through, but it's going to be
Substitutes
really
against
tough.
England, and now Tadic dropping into the right back area to pick up possession. 4 minutes gone here on Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2. And it's Slovenia nil,
It's going to be tough.
Serbia
Dude.
nil.
It's going to be tough.
Both teams looking
We
for
got
their
a chance.
first win of
We-
the tournament. The ball that
Yeah,
takes
we do.
Predrag
For sure we
Rajkovic.
do.
It was something
For
of
sure
a
we do.
surprise to see him
But we
selected
can beat if
actually
we beat Peru
against England
and tie
Vanja
Chile and lose to
Milinkovic-Savic was
Argentina.
expected
We can
to
probably go through.
beat the starting goalkeeper by Summers. Jan Oblak at the other end of the pitch, the Slovenian keeper, almost waits far too long in possession, but he got away with it. and Slovenia able to clear. And now Šeško chases it down the left-hand side with good cover from big Nikola Milenkovic, and he clears for a throw to Slovenia. But Jan Oblak, Tashtawi was a little bit too casual there.
Yeah, that's heart in hand as a centre forward when you're just saying put your foot through the ball, but it's Oblak. His captain, you know, over 300 appearances at club level at Atletico. He's so experienced. He knew what he was doing, and actually in the end found his centre forward very well, and therefore did gain momentum higher up the pitch.
But if we can beat Peru, and we can beat Peru, and then tie Chile,
scored a brilliant equaliser against Denmark. That was a 1-1 draw for Slovenia in their opening game. Christian Eriksen gave the Dens a 17th-minute lead, but Janša found a deflected long-range leveller in the 77th minute. It was a really encouraging second half. Maciej Kek, their coach, said many of the players haven't played in a major competition, but I have to congratulate them for the belief they showed in the second half. Said their goalkeeper only really had to make one save, and that says a lot. And they did improve.
Yeah, they absolutely did. You know, and they'll take a lot of confidence from that second half against a team that are tipped to win the tournament. You know, to only lose 1-0 to England, that's nothing to be embarrassed about. And they know they fancy their chances here today, and you can see that they've already dominated possession. This will help. This will help them build their confidence, but they also know that they're fully aware that this is Slovenia's game plan. And you can see Slovenia setting this kind of trap, almost like a kind of mid-block, and then when they all go together and very effective at it.
Here is Živkovic for Serbia, coming in off the near side, the right, as we look at it. Won the Greek League with Pauk this season, very important player for Serbia. Down that right-hand side.
Honestly, we've been the biggest joke in soccer for the longest time. Only in the past, like, 10 years,
today,
have we had anything respectable
to the right-hand side, and Tadic is popping up all over the pitch at the moment just to get involved. Brought in for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic this afternoon, which raised a few eyebrows. But he had personally demanded a place in the team, and his word apparently carries weight, it would seem.
No, absolutely. I think the impact that he had when he came on was huge. So I'm not surprised to see him start today.
Ball breaks to Mlakar in the area, and he surges into the box. Right foot shot, brilliantly saved by Rajkovic, who stood strong, saved with his feet, but it was Jan Mlakar who burst into the Serbian box there inside right channel. Right foot shot, good save by the keeper.
And this is where Slovenia are just so effective. Don't have the ball maybe for 2 or 3 minutes, and then within seconds they're getting shots off on goal. And this is why I think they are such a threat, and this Serbian team cannot switch off for 1 second.
He was great.
Slovenia was great. With the corner.
And it's funny because...
Far side as we look at it, the right-hand side for Slovenia.
Oh, yeah.
To make a couple of saves.
You got to go outside and laugh, hey?
Once in a night, Cherin, and now
your girlfriend wakes up, honey, what are you doing? Just be like, I can't stop.
Corner taken from the right-hand side, they go short. And they've made a real mess of that, Slovenia. And Tadic is able to clear from Serbia's left-back zone, deep into Slovenian territory. It's collected by Jan Karaničnik.
He was so great.
Who played in all 10 of the qualifiers.
He was great because he was trying to adopt like that American.
Right for Slovenia, and
you don't take any shit from anybody, right?
Right-hand
and him
side
saying fuck and stuff was just great.
Slovenia
it was just great.
Comfortable in possession. They play a rather old school 4-4-2.
Get your stuff and get the fuck out of here.
Their qualifying campaign was their best ever in a major tournament. 7 wins, 22 points.
Yes, but it's not
given away.
It's not
a free kick in the centre circle.
It's not, what do you call it?
Serbia getting on with it. Remember, they really do.
It's not
need to bounce
second nature,
back
right?
To England's 9th minute. Slovenia 0, Serbia 0 in Munich.
Yeah.
First game of a fascinating day.
You can tell it's not natural
to
that guy.
England
so he has to
Denmark
practice it. He has to practice it.
And Spain against
He's
Italy.
like, how's my American? Do I speak American well?
Dirkušić.
Love that little bit of 1v1 there. Dirkušić just early on letting him know he's there, letting him know that he's not going to have any time on the ball. And I think having Tadic in the team allows Mitrovic not to have to drop in so much.
Živkovic on the right-hand side. He sends a booming cross to the far side, but it was just a bit too high for Milos Veljkovic. There is an element of Serbia just hurrying things up here, and they look a bit rushed at times.
It's funny because he had the right idea.
You've got a lot of time.
He had the right idea.
A lot of time in the game. Momentum is going to change. You know, there's going to be moments where
he's like,
Slovenia
in America, this is how you must talk to people to get results.
As long as they stay in the game, I think that's the most important thing.
Serbia qualified for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, but had a disappointing tournament, lost to Brazil and Switzerland, drew 3-3 with Cameroon despite having a 3-1 lead. They are so desperate to put on a better show in this tournament. Swept away by Milenkovic in his own defensive third, the big centre-back from Fiorentina. He was under pressure there.
Any Indian person
for a throw,
with that accent
which Slovenia
saying
have
fuck,
already
they get
taken.
me
There's
every
a real
time, man.
tempo about this game in the opening 10 minutes. No goals yet between Slovenia and Serbia here on TalkSport 2. Long ball by Biol for Slovenia. Out to the right-hand side, and Kalinic couldn't quite catch up with it. But it was a nice idea, and he's got a good passing range.
I don't give a
Biol,
fuck.
he's become a really
I
important
don't give
part
a
of that
fuck.
defensive unit. Made his 50th appearance for his country in the game against Denmark a few days ago.
Yeah, he impressed me a lot in that game. He was probably one of my standout players, close to getting player of the match for me. Huge blocks at times, real old school centre half, you know, just loves to defend. I don't think you see many of them these days. You know, so he's going to be key, him and Oblak, for this Slovenia team.
Stojanovic making tracks down the right-hand side for Slovenia, but he was quickly challenged. The ball toe poked away from him. It'll be a Slovenian throw, and Slovenia maintaining their momentum from that excellent second half against Denmark. Denmark had no answer to them really in the second periods. Jan Oblak came up with a massive save to deny Rasmus Højlund.
God. Yes.
Could have been a very different game if that had gone in, but it wasn't, and Slovenia really grew into the game.
Like the Infinities.
All this swung out towards the
like the Infinities
side, and Kalinic, who will look to get forward on that right flank whenever he can for Slovenia, but lost it.
Seriously though,
free kick is given for a foul on Mladenovic, who goes down clutching his
maybe
left
if
knee.
maybe they have some time apart or something.
Challenge
I don't know,
from
man.
Cherry.
That went from
and it has been physical,
fun to not
exciting.
in like hours.
No
Not even
goals
a
in the
day,
opening
just
12.
hours.
Yeah, and it's that
Just
counter
a few
press.
hours.
You know, Slovenia literally not letting Serbia have a minute on the ball. As soon as they lose it, they're getting in and around it. Now, how quick can they win the ball back and allow themselves to create another attack? It really is two completely contrasting styles of play.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Scored by Pavlovic down the inside 100%. Left channel for Serbia. Good header away by Biol. Judged it very well.
False God.
It's been seen as a rising star for some time. Biol, it's a long ball by Slovenia.
Yeah.
Looking for Mlakar, and he might just get there. There was a defensive mix-up between defender and goalkeeper. Rajkovic able to gather it. But Jan Mlakar was very close to toe-poking that past the goalkeeper.
Absolutely, and this is the thing. The Slovenian front three are not going to give you any time on the ball. They will chase everything.
Like I didn't tune in until later. Like when I tuned in earlier in the day, they were still at the brick place, and him and Magic were fighting.
Fouled in the end, but there's a real
like what happened
snap
with that.
about Slovenia in midfield right now.
Yeah, they're winning that battle for sure. You know, and I think Serbia are really struggling to get their front two into the game, and that's the thing that's the most frustrating thing. They're their key players. Mitrovic and Vlahovic, you have to get them touches on the ball, and within the first 15 minutes, they haven't been involved at all, and that's not good enough.
The voice of the former England striker Tash Dowie alongside Kevin Hatchard for this one. Slovenia 0, Serbia 0, the first game of the day.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because that was like
on the TalkSport network,
like 11 o'clock.
England against Denmark,
and then I didn't watch till
Spain
against
Italy.
Two massive games to come. 7 my time. This is my time.
My
time is MST Mountain Standard. Just so you know.
Fulham's Sasha Lukic.
But I'll talk to you a bit about scripting. One of the channels I really like called Waffle Pone. They script a lot, and they're really popular.
On the books of Spurs as a youngster.
They're really popular, and they've scripted a lot.
Breakthrough in North London, but he's had a solid career since then. He's been with Werder Bremen for a long time in the north of Germany. Serbia trying to combine down the right-hand side, but a really strong challenge on that left-hand side from Elchnik. There is a big commitment to working hard, isn't there, from the Slovenian team?
Yeah, and you make a great point, Kevin, about how they have to move the ball quicker, Serbia, because Slovenia are so disciplined in this formation.
Long ball by Pavlovic looking for Vlahovic, and Vlahovic sees it sail over his head into the gloves of the Slovenian skipper Jan Oblak, who played 54 games for Atletico Madrid this season in all competitions, played every minute of every game. He is such an important player.
Yeah, like
Waffle
Pone scripted a lot of their stuff. Their stuff's still funny.
Regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in world football. Here are Slovenia in possession in midfield with Elchnik on halfway. Rolls it back to Biol. imposing figure at the heart of the Slovenian rear guard, and he just plays it out to the shaven-headed Vanja Dirkušić. It's only his 9th cap, Dirkušić, but he's been given the nod by Matjaž Kek to be one of the starting defenders in this one. They've got a good partnership, those two.
So
False goes now to
what do you think of the
Janja.
Serbian fans so far?
Buccaneering left back getting forward again, curling cross towards Spora on the far post, but it sails over his head and behind for a goal kick. You're listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
I was just looking then at the press of Serbia, and they're actually struggling a little bit. I just saw Tadic then. He's almost like in the number 9 role. And then you've got Mitrovic and Vlahovic who are trying to deal with the fullbacks, but they're really struggling to deal with that back four. Then you can see Tadic is getting a little bit frustrated. The press isn't working for Serbia.
Whoa.
Wow.
There as
False
Cherine
God.
had
You're
a
one
high
of the
boost
only
against
other people I
Lukic,
know
number
who's seen that,
22
dude.
against number 22. Lukic came
You're
off
one of
worst.
the only other people I know who's
Cherine
seen
has
that,
been
man.
rushing around, making all
That
kinds of
movie
challenges.
is
and that was a
wow.
high boot.
High boot, but I also think you can see the eyes are on the ball there. He's got the ball clearly.
Yeah.
You know, it's the
Some
other
guy,
player
I was
that's kind
working
of
at a
looking
kitchen,
to
dude.
duck with his
I
head.
washed
You know, I'm a
dishes,
bit
right?
more of an old school centre
And some
forward.
guy,
You
he's
know, I
like,
would have been rolling around.
he
I would have
asked
been
me a
getting
weird
up.
question, and he's like, "You seem
Players
like
will
the
always
type of
back
guy
each
who
other.
would watch
Here is
blah blah
Lukic
blah
back
blah
on his
blah."
feet
And I
for
was like, "Yeah, I used to
Serbia.
work
They
at
it to the left touch
a
line for
store
Dusan
that
Tadic.
sold
Always
like movies
fizzing
and
with
music and
ideas,
stuff
the
like
former
that, right?"
Southampton
And I'm
man,
like, "So I'm
Frans
used to
Mladenovic,
seeing
high
a
hanging
wide
ball to the
variety
far
of things."
post.
And he's like,
Headed
"Have you
away
seen a
really well
Serbian
by
film?"
Janja
And I
in
said,
front.
"No." And he's like, "Well, why
To
don't you
keep
go
his eye
watch
on
it
that
and
one
come
now.
talk to me?"
Šeško tries to hold it up but loses
So I
it.
went and watched it, and I
It's all a
came
bit
back the next day. I
chaotic
was
in
like,
there. It's a great
"You're
watch at the
fucking
moment, though.
crazy.
Hopefully,
You're
it's a great
fucking
listen
crazy."
here on TalkSport 2,
That was
0-0
crazy.
between Slovenia
That was
and
fucked.
Serbia. And here is
Totally fucked.
Šeško moving through the gears down the left-hand side, and across comes Milos Velkovic to deal with him. He's played against him in the German Bundesliga, and Šeško is denied.
Great play by both teams. First of all, Tadic to create that opportunity there for Serbia out wide, getting across into the box. But then Šeško, that's why he's so good. The way that he can make up ground, dribbling on his own there, penetrating, and then
False God.
obviously Slovenia get a
There's
throw
another
higher up the
movie
pitch.
that's like that one that's
They're
just
away by
shocking.
Velkovic, and will bounce towards Janja on halfway. Now Tadic picks it up for Serbia. He's under pressure from Cherine. He's doing a lot of defensive work, Adam Cherine. And it's with Tadic again, just shy of halfway on the far side, the left, as we look at it for Serbia.
Oh,
Now the
I
hulking
figure
figure of Strahinja.
I figure it's what
Pavlovic,
goes on in some of those third
3-year-old
world
who plays for
places, man. I
Salzburg.
don't know. I don't
And
know.
it's with
But
Velkovic
false
as
God, have
Serbia
you seen the
look to
movie
build, look to be
Irreversible?
patient. But again,
I
are
think
they
it's
moving
like
the ball a bit
it's
too
like a
slow?
French
You
film.
know what, as well, I see so many
It's
opportunities
really
where they
shocking.
can
Like,
actually miss the midfield line
it's-
out and go straight into their two big centre
Yeah.
forwards and then work off of them. That is their strength. Back to goal, hold up play. Then your midfield players can then support them in behind.
And now Slovenia are on the move. They've played it to Mlakar in the centre circle. He drifts it down the inside right channel. It was a strong header away by Pavlovic. He got a
No,
call from his goalkeeper
Here, I'll
there,
drop it in
actually,
the chat, dude.
Predrag Rajkovic, but he ignored it, and I think he was right to do so. Had to deal with the danger. And here comes Slovenia with Cherine inside right channel, just inside the Serbian half. As it goes to Kaliničnik, Jan Kaliničnik, who has only scored once from right back for his country. That was against San Marino in September. He's a title winner domestically with Chela. And has also won the Bulgarian title with Ludo Goretz. So, decorated player, the Slovenian right back, Jan Kaliničnik. He's played in field to Cherine. A lot of the play goes through him in midfield for Slovenia. Approaching the 19-minute mark. It's goalless between Slovenia and Serbia in Munich. Here on TalkSport 2. Now it's with Spora.
There you
Number
go.
9, the striker for
I
Slovenia.
dare you to watch it.
Had a
I dare you to
season
watch
on
it,
loan
dude.
at Middlesbrough between 2021 and 22 and was a popular player in the northeast.
Yeah, irreversible.
Serbian fans getting frustrated here with Slovenia having a good spell of possession. Janja, low ball into the feet of Šeško, tried to flick it on first time. The attack breaks down, but now Elchnik sweeps it out to the right-hand side for Kaliničnik. In it comes to Cherine, moving into space. Serbia trying to stick in their shape. Here's Janja.
I don't
curling cross
I
to
don't
the far
think
post.
it's
Goalkeeper
as
was
bad
really
as the
struggling. He
Serbian
blacked
film
at
was.
it.
But there's some scenes that are so graphic, man.
But here comes Slovenia again. Dirkušić from centre back.
There's
Crosses from the right-hand side towards Sporar.
two scenes
And
that are
Serbia
so
at full
graphic,
stretch able to clear
it like made me
And this is
get out of
becoming a
my
real
seat and
siege
like go
here,
to the other
with
room
Slovenia
for a
building
few minutes. I
momentum
was like, whoa,
with
I gotta
20
get up.
minutes gone.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
you can feel
crazy.
a goal coming. Slovenia really dominating this last couple of minutes.
Here's Shirin down the right-hand side for Slovenia. Crosses blocked by Tadic, who's having to work back there.
Maybe
And
just go
Stojanovic works it in field
read
for
a
Elshnik.
review.
Left foot shot, that's charged down on the edge of the area. Stojanovic now will
Cannibal,
just chip
Cannibal
in
Holocaust.
towards the right-hand side, but he chips it
Cannibal
too far.
Holocaust is
And it's out of
fucked.
play for a Serbian throw.
They kill
on the
that
far
turtle,
side.
man.
Yeah, Serbia need to regroup. I talked about their press, but they really are struggling with it. And I think they're struggling as well with Slovenia's fluidity.
Yeah, just go
how they're
read.
changing positions.
No,
You know,
if you
people are
don't
rotating.
want
I
to
don't
watch
think
it,
they're
just have a
handling
quick
that very well
read.
at all.
Like go read
So I
a
think
wiki,
maybe
a
this
plot
kind of
summary.
breakdown in play, the likes of Tadic,
It's-
the more senior players, they need to
Seriously,
figure out how they're going to press this Slovenia
Irreversible
team.
was the most shocking movie I had seen until I
They've
saw
only lost one of their last 13 internationals.
a Serbian film.
That's a 2-1 loss against Denmark back in November.
Definitely.
They have scored in all 13 of those games. They sprung a real surprise in March by beating Portugal 2-0. This is a team full of confidence, and it has real punch in attack with Sporar and Šeško. Great work from Shirin, skipping away from challenges down the right. Finds Kalinic, and his cross is blocked by Pavlovic. It's going to be a throw to Slovenia down the
Cannibal
corner
Holocaust is crazy for its time. It's like 1988.
Yeah, Serbia, they're too reactive.
For 88, it's
they're not
absurdly
front
crazy.
foot, and I think that's the difference right now in these first 20 minutes. Slovenia have been proactive on the front foot. The Serbians haven't.
Kalinic to take this throw. Stojanovic moves towards him and just cushions it back to Kalinic, tight to the right touchline. And now Slovenia will look to build again.
Yeah, dude, did you ever see Three Kings? Did you ever see Three Kings with Mark Wahlberg and
scored twice
Ice
to the
Cube?
qualifiers, Janša. He's a real danger down that left-hand side. He's found Mlakar, just jabs it into the Serbian penalty area, but it's cleared.
There's one part where Wahlberg gets
momentum.
captured and they
Dusan
torture
Vlahovic
him. They
having
make
to
him drink
operate
oil
in his
and
own
stuff,
right-back
dude.
zone, and he's lost it. And Šeško, trying to make a nuisance of himself, wins the corner, and they just cannot get out
Yeah,
Serbia
it's,
at the moment.
it's pretty
They cannot
crazy.
get out
There's
their
one part where
own
they
half.
capture
You know,
Mark
this has
Wahlberg
been full-on
and they
pressure
have
now
him,
for
they
5
have him in
minutes
like
by
some
Slovenia,
cave
and it's been
somewhere and they're
brilliant.
torturing
They
him.
have been
And they,
non-stop. Counter-press
like,
after
they want him to
counter-press,
drink
winning
oil,
it back. Now,
but he
they
can't
have to
open
make
up-
sure they
he won't
score
open
in this
up his
period
mouth.
that they're dominating.
So they take a CD case and they shove it in his mouth so it like pulls his
Says a lot
lips back and then they dump
Vlahovic,
the oil
striker,
in.
was operating as a
fucking
right back
crazy.
and not particularly good.
That movie's
Like, his
otherwise
team
pretty
is
tame.
trouble.
That's about the most shocking part in
Which
it.
Shirin again goes short with. Back out to Shirin. They've changed the angle here. Back to Janša, going the long way round, left-footed cross towards the far post. Rajkovic should get there and does get there. All in green. Predrag Rajkovic makes the catch, the Mallorca goalkeeper, who made a brilliant save against Harry Kane in the game against England that stopped it getting to 2-0. And he has been the busier goalkeeper by some distance.
I think both teams as well have been quite wasteful in the final third. I think there's only been one corner so far for Slovenia, which they went short and wasted that. And then when both teams have got into that final third, the final cross, it's been straight to the keeper. It's been out of play. And I think these moments aren't going to happen too often. These are the moments where you have to keep a cool head and you really have to make more.
Here comes Tadic for Serbia on the right-hand side. Former
It's old too. It's like
Ajax
1998.
player. He
It's
played for
from
Fenerbahce
the
in
first time
Turkey
they
this
invaded
season.
Iraq.
Helped them put 99 points on the board in the Turkish Super League, but they
Pretty
did
old,
not win
actually.
the title. They were picked to it by Galatasaray. Fenerbahce have since brought Jose Mourinho to Turkey. That's going to be an interesting mix. Mourinho and Turkish football, lots of drama to come there. Here comes Slovenia down the right-hand side. Kalinic trying to get there. Mladenovic came across and made the challenge. And that's going to be a yellow card for Mladenovic. The first of the afternoon. He went flying into Kalinic. And the referee, Istvan Kovac, brandishes the
Yeah,
card.
there's that.
They just look sharper, don't they? Let's be honest,
there's nothing
Slovenia.
wrong
They're
with
first to
98.
everything,
It's just,
first and second to everything. They look like a
Like,
team that got a point, got an important
I
point
don't know if
first
you
game of this
probably haven't
tournament.
seen it.
Serbia look like a
It-
team that
If you
almost a
haven't
little
seen
bit
it,
desperate at times, that they
yeah,
know
it's
that this
gonna
game they
seem
have to get the 3
maybe a
points.
little bit
But
outdated
right
at
now
this
they look
point,
tired,
but-
and really the only team that look like scoring a goal is Slovenia.
Mladenovic came in to replace Filip Kostic down that left-hand side for Serbia. He was ruled out for the rest of the tournament with a knee injury. It's a real shame for him. Here comes Slovenia again, down the right-hand side. Mladenovic with more defending to do, and the cross was curled in towards goal and punched away unconvincingly by Rajkovic. They have it here on the follow-up. Slovenia on the edge of the area.
Yeah, that's a good point,
can't force their way through, and now Serbia look to break, but they can't make anything happen. Slovenia have won it back. And it's chipped forward by Janja, and then cleared at full stretch by Veljkovic for Serbia into Slovenian territory. It's a real battle between Derkušić and Mitrovic. And Mitrovic came out on top there. It's a bit more WWE than football there.
Brilliant hold-up play there by the number 9. That's
WWE
exactly what they need to do. When the team's under pressure and you don't have the ball, when it does come up to you, you have to make sure you keep the ball for your team. Win a foul, let your team regain possession.
25 minutes gone in Munich. Slovenia 0, Serbia 0 on TalkSport 2. And later on today on the TalkSport channel, we've got England against Denmark
the
at 5.
PS2 era is great, man. I still have my PS2. I have one of those big old fat ones that's like...
holding up, trying to turn, but Slovenia were on him immediately.
You know what I mean?
And they have cleared
like they have the PS2 Slims,
again,
then they had the,
down the, right
the
time,
first one that they came out with. I have one of those. I love that thing.
Trying to turn, can he get the shot
I got it
refurbished play towards Mladenovic.
A long time ago. I got a refurbished version. It's been awesome.
For Mitrovic,
it's been the best.
Orange boots. Now it's back with Ilic. Serbia trying to work their way through. Left corner of the penalty area with Vlahovic.
My sister's got a slim.
Goes to Lukic. He lets it run though to Ilic. Patience here from Serbia, and that's nice. Lukic finds Ilic in a really poor cross, easily cleared by Derkušić, and that should have been a much better cross.
It should have, but much better play. To see there how they're playing it into their centre forwards, but then now the support has to be quicker. When you know you're going into that number 9, midfield players, get behind them, support them.
Ilic with the cross from the left-hand side of the diving header from Vlahovic. Sees the ball go straight to Oblak. That's by far the best that Serbia have created. A quick throw. Ilic's cross, left.
What's the HDD?
And there was Vlahovic,
is that just a cable?
Around about 10 yards out with the diving header, and it was straight at Oblak.
Yeah, and how easy was that as well? You know, quick throw in, Slovenia switch off, but the 2 number 9s are always in the box. You know that if you get the ball into the box, one of them will get on the end of it. I think it's something like 33% of Serbia's goals in qualifying have come from headers. So get the ball in the box to your big strikers.
Yeah, the heart. Okay, right. Yeah.
5 of Serbia's
I had one for my
goals
Xbox 360.
Scored with headers.
I had like a 60 gigabyte hard drive on that thing.
Home and away to Hungary.
That was awesome.
Finished 3 points clear of third place Montenegro. They were the only team in their section to score.
I don't have one with my PS2, but that's okay.
Of their qualifiers. 28th minute in Munich.
I've got some good
live
games
Euro
for my
2024 football on TalkSport 2.
I actually love my PS2 a lot.
Slovenia 0, Serbia 0 with Kevin Hatchard and the former England striker Tash Dowie. It's with Derkušić in the centre-back position for Slovenia. Sweeps it across to Janja.
I think what Serbia have done really well there is actually in that period, they've rode the wave now, so now they've been able to gain momentum.
Good charging run by Janja out to the left-hand side. Mlakar, low cross into the box. There were 3 white shirts to aim for. He didn't find any of them. And Serbia are able to clear, and then Biol comes across to Mitrovic and sends him to the turf. The referee is Tvan Kovac. Not too happy with that, but it's a free kick and nothing more than that.
Yeah, good doubling up there by Slovenia, and they have to. You know, the 2 centre forwards for Serbia, that is their strength. Hold up play, big old school centre forward.
Well, there's one that I need to play then,
False God. Need
for Speed.
Do you just watch footage at home of players holding the ball?
I didn't play that one.
You know,
I played
I wasn't
Need
quick,
for
I wasn't
Speed,
skillful, but I was just an old school
Pursuit
centre
for
forward.
PS1.
You know, your Alan Shearers,
And that was where my Need for Speeds ended. I don't know why, but I never picked up another one.
It's been an excellent performance in that respect from Mitrovic, but he's had no chances to speak of so far. Here's Živkovic racing down the right for Serbia, finding
okay. I'll keep an eye out for it. There's a game store I like to go to that has a big selection.
Skip away from the challenge, but they really stuck to their guns there.
There's also there's a few warehouses. Like there's one warehouse like 3 hours south of me. They've got like factory sealed games.
Trying to do just that.
I got Manhunt there.
Between the lines,
I got a factory sealed, unopened copy of Manhunt.
35 yards out, dead centre. Crafts a lovely left-footed pass to the far touchline of Mladenovic. He lays it off for Lukic. Low ball to the edge of the area, and it wasn't held up there by Vlahovic. It skipped away from the Juventus striker and went all the way through to Jan Oblak.
It's better though, much better from Serbia. You can see what their game plan is now. At the beginning of the game, you couldn't see what they were trying to do, but now they're getting their two centre forwards much more involved, working off them. You can hear the crowd responding to that.
It's like banned in some places, right? Because it's so fucking
Serbia
deadly.
have been able to win themselves a corner down the right-hand side.
Things that you can do in it are
the big
crazy,
boys from the back are jogging into the penalty area. Milenkovic,
some of the kills and
Pavlovic,
murders are just
all in danger from this kind of scenario. 0-0 between Slovenia and Serbia. Their second game each of Euro 2024. All kinds of pushing and shoving. Mitrovic is being protected by his own players here. It's played in towards the near post, and it found the far post and nearly Mitrovic and went behind. He wants another corner, and that was dangerous. Slovenia got away with it, really. Flicked on at the near post, and it just cleared the far.
How has that not gone in? Yeah, I'm looking at the highlights now, and Mitrovic, how has he not got on the end of that? You know, it's gone all the way through. No one's touched it, and I think it's actually just got a nick then off the Slovenia defender. I think that should actually be another corner there. Or maybe it's evaded everyone, but I'm surprised Mitrovic hasn't thrown himself there more, wanted it a bit more.
Lacar's done brilliantly, actually. He was really tight to him. He threw a leg at it, and that just put off Mitrovic. He couldn't quite duck into that header as he wanted to. And Lacar deserves credit for that. Well won by Elshnik in midfield for Slovenia. And he's moving forward with purpose here, 25 yards out. Lacar plays it square. Nice little drop of the shoulder from Stojanovic. Lacar again. Finds Sporar. Left edge of the penalty area. Curling cross. Good header away by Pavlovic. Excellent from him. And this is a real game. Real desire from both teams to get forwards. There's a ragged edge to the game that makes it all the more entertaining. We hope you're enjoying it here on TalkSport 2, even though there have been no goals. Plenty of intrigue in this one. This regional rivalry between Slovenia and Serbia. Slovenia did face Serbia in the guise of the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Serbia part of that effort, and it was an extraordinary game back in Euro 2000. Slovenia went 3-0 up, but collapsed to draw 3-3. They conceded 3 goals in 6 minutes. Alexander Mitrovic, ahead of this game, was talking about it and said it's an iconic game that kids of that generation remember. Mlakar with a little 1-2 on the edge of the area for Slovenia. Drifts it into the penalty area right-footed. Nobody was on his wavelength there. You're listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now.
Tell you what, I'm struggling to catch a breath here, the way that this game's being played, and I love that. It's two teams that are going out to win it. You know, none of this just seeing it for a draw to try and get points on the board. You know, both teams, you can tell, intention-wise, they want the 3 points today. Slovenia know if they get the 3 points, and that's pretty much hopefully them through. Serbia know they must get the 3 points today to have any chance of going through.
Both teams looking to make history. Slovenia yet to win a game in the European Championship finals, drawn 3 and lost the other. Their first appearance at finals since Euro 2000. Serbia as an independent nation in their first Euro 2024 campaign, their first European Championship finals campaign. Forward by Pavlovic down the left for Serbia. And Slovenia working really hard down their right to win that ball back. That was excellent from Petar Stojanovic, who backs up Jan Kalinic really well on that side. They work as a team. Something that's really stood out in Slovenia's action so far at Euro 2024. It's a unit, and they understand where each other needs to be. Here's Mlakar, who does have more of a free role, actually, coming in off that left-hand side, but he loses that as he was looking for Cherin. But they do interchange well, don't they?
You're spot on, though, that they're the smallest nation in this tournament, the lowest-ranked nation. So if they're going to progress, they know that their togetherness has to be better than anyone's. You know, they really are the underdogs of this tournament. And I think the most successful teams are the one that really do have that togetherness. Everyone knows their role. It's a real strong camaraderie, and you can see that in the Slovenia team.
Slovenia 0, Serbia 0. Live Euro 2024 football on TalkSport 2. And here is Andrija Živkovic, the right wing back for Serbia. Comes in off the near touchline. drifts it almost like a golf shot out to the far side and finds Mladenovic. Now Pavlovic back to Mladenovic. And he tries to slide it down that side. He plays it straight to Karaničnik, the right back for Slovenia. And now the white-shirted Slovenians can look to build as Biol helps it back to Jan Oblak, who's just the one meaningful save to make so far from Dusan Vlahovic. And the ball goes out on the far side. Football still to come on the TalkSport network. Denmark against England from 5, presented by Adrian Durham. Jim Proudfoot, your commentator, alongside the former England captain Stuart Pearce. And then 8 o'clock kickoff, Spain against Italy, also on TalkSport. Natalie Sawyer bringing you that one with commentary from Alex Crook and the former West Ham boss Alan Pardew. Janja with the cross from the left-hand side for Slovenia. And it's blocked by Živkovic. They've got a good battle going on, those two, at the moment. And Janja will wind up a long one here. He's just moving the advertising hoarding back as far as it will go. There's not much give in it. Not sure what he's really achieved by doing that. He's still trying to move it.
This throw is a weapon, by the way. He can hit the penalty spot. He's got some real distance on it.
He's trying to dry his hands on it as well. Here is Janja's throw. Towards the 6-yard box. It was a wonderful throw. Janja on the follow-up. Mlakar with a volley that was never really convincing. Just dribbled almost apologetically into the penalty area. And
yeah, I
Serbia
probably should brush them in the bathroom more often.
Game of real promise
because
in
it's
an
hard
sense, but
if you can't see yourself in the mirror.
So far,
sometimes you're like missing, and you've got
hammers it towards
like
halfway
toothpaste on your beard or your mustache or something.
Janja.
But
so
I'm getting better at it.
From left back for Slovenia. Now Cherin out to Mlakar. He's got himself into some dangerous positions so far for Slovenia. Jan Mlakar, twice a Croatian Cup winner with Hajduk Splits. Was on the books of Brighton at one stage, Mlakar, but didn't make a breakthrough. Is Cherin, dead centre, 30 yards out for Slovenia. Out to Janja, tight to the left touchline, low ball into the box. That's cleared well by Serbia. Now on the follow-up, here's Elshnik, low ball. It's come back to him. Elshnik into the area, off the post. And now Šeško blazes it over on the follow-up. And that's the Slovenia have come. Timmy Elshnik wriggling his way into the penalty area. His shot hit the post and the rebound fell to Šeško and he couldn't hit the target.
I cannot believe he hasn't hit the target. It is brilliant play by Cherin there and so unlucky to hit the post. And if you want it to fall to anyone, you want to fall to that man, Šeško, who normally has so much composure. He could have even taken a touch. He had that much time, but he's off balance. He's leaning back. You can see there, the touch isn't bad, but then he just has led back. You know, that should really be a goal. That should be 1-0 to Slovenia.
It was wonderful play from Timmy Elshnik in the first place. He got a bit of luck with the way the ball broke to him, but then he wriggled into the penalty area, cut across it with his right foot, beat the goalkeeper and hit the post. And then Šeško off target. The other end, Vlahovic has just been fouled by Janja in the dangerous area. It's around about 22 yards from goal, inside left channel. And Vlahovic was too hot to handle for Janja there.
Yeah, and it's interesting. A few minutes ago, I was looking at Vlahovic's body language, and it was quite poor. You know, because you spoke earlier. He's been asking to do a lot of defensive work, and he doesn't want to do that. He's a centre forward. He wants to be higher up the pitch, creating, scoring goals. And him and Mitrovic have been asked to do a lot of defensive work. But that's fascinating for me. Who is going to win that battle up front? The likes of Biol versus Mitrovic and Janja. And I love it. I'm with a smile on my face right now because I love that battle between old school centre half and old school centre forward.
It's actually been placed a little bit further out than I initially thought, and that might help Serbia here. Vlahovic and Tadic stood over it, inside left channel. Big deep breath from Vlahovic. He can hit them from here. Left-footed, Vlahovic straight into the wall. He'll go for the follow-up, and that hits the wall as well. And all a bit of an anti-climax from Dusan Vlahovic, who is cutting a frustrated figure in the opening 39 minutes here. Slovenia 0, Serbia 0. Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2.
You call him the Clipper?
And
you call him Clippers?
Elshnik. It's bobbling around midfield. Vlahovic nods it down to Živkovic. Živkovic running down the inside right channel, finds Vlahovic, comes in on his left foot. Dusan Vlahovic. Can one of these teams nudge in front before half-time? Slovenia have been by quite a distance the more dangerous of the two teams, but they haven't made the most of that.
Oh, so they're better
Mladenovic for
quality?
Serbia, tight to the left touchline, midway inside the
Like you use them for the long term
Slovenian
rather
half.
than like disposable letters?
First goal is going to be crucial today. Absolutely crucial. I can feel it. Whoever gets the first goal here, I think will go on and win the game.
Yeah,
Zivkovic
she's
comes
right.
in off the
I
right
think whoever
touchline, low ball
scores is
into
also
Vlahovic,
gonna
trying
win.
to flick it on for Tadic. But Slovenia stay strong and defend well. And they want a free kick there. They're not going to get one in midfield. The referee, Istvan Kovac, telling Stojanovic to get to his feet. Here comes Serbia down the right-hand side with Mitrovic having to come wide to get involved. Found Tadic in the area. Tadic twisting, turning, couldn't get the shot away. Did look as though
Damn, dude, I can't believe I haven't seen one.
But he turned down that opportunity.
Maybe I just haven't been looking in the right place. But
I don't know why he did. He did
I
all the
always buy
hard
those
work,
little
half a
cheap
yard on his
disposables.
strong left foot. That's open there for the shape shot, far corner into the right-hand side, and he tried to do much. He goes back on
yeah,
his
I am
right
too,
end.
actually.
That's an opportunity missed there, and I think that has been the big thing that I've noticed so far in this game. Final third just hasn't been good enough.
Which is surprising considering the quality both teams have in that area. Here's Zivkovic again for Serbia. Loves
Yeah, I
to
gotta keep my
race
eyes
down
open,
the right.
man.
Right-footed cross towards the far post. There was nobody coming in. Vlahovic went to ground, but didn't get the decision. Only half clear to Lukic, though. He works it to the right-hand side for Serbia. And here is Zivkovic onto his favoured left foot. Curling cross in. It's loose. Can they finish? Mitrovic with the effort. That's charged down. For once, he had a clear side of goal, and now right foot shot in the follow-up, which is blocked, but the whistle has gone.
Yeah.
And Alexander Mitrovic with the ball at his feet at close range could not find a way through. Jan Oblak and company able to stand strong.
It's all going on.
What do you
this
mean
brilliant play
smoking
again.
is also
Pressure,
nice?
getting balls into the box, big
Like
centre
cigarette
forwards
smoking? What do you
causing
mean?
problems. Vlahovic does great to shield the ball, and you think it's a goal. But again, Oblak there, when it matters, making a big save. Personally, I think he needs to dink it. You know, here the goalie spreading himself, dink it over him. I know it's easier said than done when he's falling
Listen
over,
to her
but
say
you know,
dink
absolutely
it over
brilliant
him.
save there.
My suspicion is that wouldn't have counted. I think Zivkovic was maybe just
Oh,
offside.
I gotta check that. I haven't seen those. I know Raw though. Raw's free.
Possibly beyond
Raw's
the
really
last
good.
man as well. We'll never have to know now because of Oblak's intervention. So that's a scare for
They're both
Slovenia.
Spanish, eh?
And Slovenia at the
I
other end
gotcha,
have just
I
won themselves
gotcha.
a free kick. Milenkovic has brought down Sporar. 42 on the watch. In Munich, Slovenia 0, Serbia 0. Slovenia with 1 point so far from their 1-1 draw with Denmark. Serbia yet to get on the scoreboards.
Ferris. What's good, Ferris? Good to see you, man.
This free kick
The
inside left
HT
channel.
Ferris.
Shireen is over it. Shireen just floats it into the penalty area, headed up, but not really away. And they were scrambling there, Serbia, but they have been able to bring it clear here with Lukic on the far
Hermanos
side.
means brothers,
This is
right?
Jinx in field. Excellent
Hermanos
play
is
from
Spanish for
Sasha
brothers.
Lukic. It's a great run. Eating up the grounds. Works it to Mladenovic. His cross towards Mitrovic. Only half cleared, and on the follow-up, the shot is blocked.
Yes. Sweet.
And Slovenia
What does
survive, but now they'll
Nuestros
try and
mean?
bring it away.
Did I say it right?
Just in front of the centre circle, finds Sporar. Sporar's been quiet so far. Plays it out to Cherin. Cherin with the right-footed ball into the area, and it was deflected, and it'll be a corner. It nearly came to Karanichnik on the
Ferris.
far post, actually.
Ferris, I tried to
The ball goes out for a corner.
I tell you what a block that was there by the
clip
centre
the part
half.
where he goes on his rant.
I think it was number 10. Yeah, brilliant block there to prevent a goal. You know, it's end-to-end, isn't it? This game has everything. Posts getting hit, opportunity.
I tried to clip
again,
the
I
one
just
where
love
he's
the way
yelling.
that both teams are
They
playing
get in
this
the
game.
car and he just goes on a
How
big
is it
rant,
still
but I
goals?
was in the middle of clipping
Commentators
it.
curse
It
this,
said
but I
video
can tell you
private,
none of
and then I
Slovenia's
couldn't get
last
the part that I wanted.
22 matches have ended goalless. You might curse me for that at the end of the game, but hopefully not. We're moving towards the final minute, normal time at the end of a really intriguing first half between Slovenia and Serbia.
It's too bad,
Adam
dude.
Cherin
But
to
Ferris,
take this corner for Slovenia.
Ferris, let's be
Right-footed
real.
from the left-hand side.
That
Goalkeeper
hotel
comes and
attendant
punches.
was
He
was
punched
awesome.
down really Rajkovic,
The
but he got
hotel
away with
attendant
it.
who was
Played
trying
the
to
ball,
get Saint
played
out.
back in by Cherin, goalkeeper. Got stuck underneath that, but it sails over his head.
I have a little bit
and
of
goes
that.
behind.
I've got a little bit of the
And
Curry
again,
man
another
laying
wasted
into him.
set piece, and I think that's been the story for both teams, if I'm being completely honest. Serbia would have loved to have done more. We know how strong they are in the air, but Slovenia as well. Yeah, normally they're so good from set pieces with the likes of Elshnik, Shireen. Yeah, but they have been poor. They'll definitely want to focus on being better in the second half at that.
The Slovenian coach, Matjaž Kek, certainly gets points for persistence. It's his second spell in charge. having failed to qualify for Euro 2008, Euro 2012 and Euro 2020. Finally, he's got his nation to a Euros finals. He also led Slovenia to the World Cup in 2010, which was seen as a real landmark moment for the country in terms of their football. And he's a very successful coach in general. Won the league in Slovenia with Maribor, and against the odds won the Croatian title with Rijeka. Here's Živković for Serbia, charging down the inside right channel into the box. It's a great run, but then he just stopped, and he allowed Biol to make the challenge, and he's angry with himself, Živković.
With his huge
just
beard, it was like
will be a goal.
Biol, brilliant again. He had to do more though. Just shift the ball half a yard and get your shot off.
Živković from the short corner, place it to the far post, headed down
by
Mitrovic and wide of the target. We are 30 seconds into the only minute of added time at the end of the half. It remains 0-0.
Yeah, Mitrovic just saying there, just slow down, calm down a bit. They've taken a quick corner, actually. No one's set up, no one's ready. Wasted opportunity again.
It's been that kind of half. There have been moments for both teams which they've not made the most of, but Slovenia have certainly...
I don't think Danger's going to be on Saint's side.
Timmy Elshnik,
just because of the last time Saint was down there, right?
Missing the target on the rebound, and the referee calls a halt to the first half. It's been lively. Both teams have had their moments, but haven't made the most of them. Timmy Elshnik of Slovenia hitting
right on, false god. Yeah,
we've come to a goal.
Plus, Danger and Tone get along better. When Tone was with him and Maddie,
but at half
they
time
were virtually getting along.
It is all square in a game that both of these teams really do need to win. It is Slovenia 0, Serbia 0 on TalkSport 2.
Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2 with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
When Andre sold his car on finance with Motorway, he got more money. Ooh! He then put that extra money into tickets to follow his team around the country. Come on, guys! Selling on Motorway was completely stress-free, which is more than I can say about being a supporter of... Yes!
Sell your car the more money way, where 84% of sellers sold for more. Motorway. Validated against 2 independent sources. Visit motorway.co.uk/claims.
I tell you what, Jeff, it's been some journey, but here they are, just moments away from the whistle.
Absolutely. There's been twists, there's been turns, not to mention that parking of the bus. But as the clock runs down, I think they're going to make it.
It goes to show that you can really handle the pressure when your tyres are performing.
I'm home. Has the game started yet?
Top performance.
It's that heat,
Driving home for the match?
It's all that
Keep your
heat
tyres
made
in
you guys
good condition.
delirious.
Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time. Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely
Saint gets
wild
maced
here.
in the
How
face
on
and then he
earth
bends
do you
over.
sum up your emotions right
and his
now?
ass crack is hanging
Amazing.
out, and
A hat
Tone
trick
just
is just the
fires
best
it all in
feeling
his
ever.
Is
butt.
it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction, like finishing the last bite of the Gourmet King's barbecue steakhouse.
It was so dumb.
No.
It was so dumb.
Burger King, that's food fulfillment.
This
Saint
tournament,
just lost it,
prepare
man.
for greatness with William
Tone
Hill.
even let him
Get ready
have his
for
way with him.
last-minute winners.
You know, like Tone
Legendary
let Saint
goals.
pin him down and stuff, and Saint still wouldn't chill out.
Straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builders with 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Get match ready with
yeah.
club card prices.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 2 for £8 on selected Fire Pit barbecue products. With Tesco Club Card, everyone can feel
He already did.
to lower prices.
Well, Scott, I've got
Every
clips
little
of him
helps.
in danger.
Majority of larger stores ends 22nd of September. Excludes Northern Ireland Club Card or app required.
I need to get snacks. I need to get drinks. Should have done this before.
Yeah, danger.
I need to get treats. Gotta
You can
find
just
a
sort of see.
Gotta find a BP. Oh, my mates say won't like me. Gotta find a... Oh, there it is.
BP is here
No,
for
you're
all
right,
your
he
big
didn't.
game essentials.
Danger
Plus,
would've
BP Me Rewards members
probably
can
killed
earn
him.
points to put towards great saves.
Had him in the car. 1, hungry mates.
Now, BP, here for all of life's journeys. BP Me Rewards card or app required. For full T's and C's, visit ppmerewards.co.uk. Strength comes from confidence, both on and off the pitch. And confidence starts with self-care. Upgrade your game with Dove Men Plus Care
it's like what Jack
Advanced
Sparrow
72-hour
says,
sweat
you guys.
protection, antiperspirant
It's like what Jack Sparrow says on Pirates of the Caribbean. He says, a dishonest man, you can always trust to be dishonest. And he says, honestly, it's the honest ones you should watch out for, because you never know when they're going to do something incredibly stupid.
Dove Men Plus Care. Proud partners of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by TalkSport 2 with Burger King. What's better than a last-minute winner? A crispy chicken royale delivered straight to your door.
TalkSport 2. Every sub, every send-off, every sublime set piece. Official broadcast partner of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany. Euro Game Day Live.
He pushes
on
it too.
TalkSport 2. I like it.
Like he gets belligerent, comes at people.
To a winning start. Boy, is there room for improvement.
Winning matches in tournaments is incredibly hard.
Victory at the end of the day. It's 3 points and we move on to this important game.
Yeah, we're just looking forward to the next game. We know it'll be another challenge. We played Denmark before. And
Okay, Harry Kane, this is your moment.
England were a world-class side. They got to a final of a major championship.
Their captain delivers when the country need him most.
I think they're probably a better side now than ever.
I know that was there, but it could be again.
We know that we have good players.
Saka getting towards the byline, works it inside the penalty area, and Jude Bellingham with a flying header.
Inside the change room, we'll be happy with that. Of course, there will be negatives that we want to kind of rub out. Overall, I'm pleased with that performance.
Could be a chance for Eriksen, and he fires the ball in the back of the net.
For me, it's all about a new game and trying to win it with the players we have in front of us.
Any opponent that we play, I think that you have to give them the level of respect that they deserve.
Yeah, this will be an extremely tough test.
England against Denmark will be live on TalkSport. Kick-off at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And England looking to make it 2 wins out of 2 in the group stage. Denmark held to a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, it's probably because they're too drunk, but otherwise I agree with you.
Kevin Hatchell alongside the former England striker Tash Dowie. And Tash, there was quite a bit of negativity about England's performance against Serbia, but we've seen Serbia are a dangerous team. I thought England did fine. Clean sheet, opening win, Jude Bellingham played well. It's a lot to like.
It's English media, isn't it? We're always hard on England.
Did you notice what happened when Tone and Danger got together versus when
it's 3 points? That's
Saint
the key thing. And I think in this group stage, it's about getting out of the group and then building spot on there. And you can see from the game today, Serbia are a team they're not a team that you can just beat easily. So I think there's aspects of the game that can definitely be improved. I would love to see players find their club form a bit more at international level. The likes of Trent, your Harry Kanes, even Rice. You know, these people are performing so well at club level. They need to try and then replicate that then at international level. And we can't just rely always on Bellingham because people are going to be trying to shut him down. Then what? Then what's our answers?
We mentioned Trent Alexander-Arnold there. England are set to name the same starting 11 this evening. And that means another appearance for Liverpool's Alexander-Arnold in midfield. Let's hear from Gareth Southgate on his midfield options.
I understand the debate because whenever you pick a team, there'll always be a position
you better
or
be
two
careful
positions where
for
there'll be a debate.
sure, false guy.
And
for sure,
we don't have an experienced
he has
midfield
player, especially with Danger. Like Danger could have just
whatever we
sat
do,
on him
and be a young
fucked him up. Honestly,
or it's Trent who we're converting, or it's Gallagher who does that role a little bit differently, but has done it a little bit more for Chelsea, although he's also played mainly as an 8. So, yeah, it's. I understand the debate. We're working hard at it. He's really invested in doing it. I think he can bring us things that no other player can with his range of passing. But also, this is about the whole team functioning. And in the period of the game where it was a bit quieter the other night, the whole team weren't functioning.
Just disrespect, man.
Several players suffered in.
Yeah, that's true. He should have done it right at the start, and he should have told them.
what we
he
do know
didn't
about
tell him.
Trent
Like, he
Alexander-Arnold
told the camera,
is he
hey,
can do things
like
with
he
the ball.
pulled
Not
the
many
mace out and
players
he's
can
like,
do.
I
He
have
can come up
this,
with
and he
a-
showed
an
us. He
amazing
didn't
pass.
tell
He
Saint
can
that. No.
whip the ball in. He can strike from range. He's
I
got
don't know.
all of the tools. And if Southgate was happy with the way he defended it,
I
he
think
seemed
Tone
to be.
didn't really want to
There
have a
isn't
fight,
much to complain
honestly.
about, is there?
No, absolutely not. You know, I
And then
think
at
he
the end,
plays
he
that kind of
felt like
false midfield
he owed
role
him something.
for Liverpool, but actually has never played just fully in midfield. So, you know,
Yeah,
you've
but
got to give
maybe
the guy
Saint would have
time. But I
fucked
think
off, right?
the way that he
Like,
pried himself,
stop. Like, he
you
could
know,
have
was
said,
spot
like,
on
leave me alone. I
defensively. You know,
have
Trent is
mace,
someone
and
that wants
Saint
to
might
get on
have
the ball.
stopped, but he
You know,
didn't tell
yes,
him.
he's a
He
defender,
waited,
but he's
and
on
then
the
kinda
pitch because
and
of
then
what he can do
sprayed him
going
and then
forward.
left.
You know, as a centre forward,
Either way.
I would love to be playing with Trent, you know, more than maybe a Gallagher for Chelsea, because I know that when I make that run, the Harry Kanes, who maybe didn't get the ball as much as we would have liked the other night,
Yeah,
but when
yeah,
Trent's on the pitch, you know you're going to get that one
exactly.
opportunity, and he can see passes and
Or
execute
even just, like I said, just warn
that
him
no
right
one
from
else
the
can do.
beginning. He let it
There's been a
go
lot
too
of talk
far.
about Phil Foden's performance
Either way.
against Serbia. He did find it difficult to get into the game. Playing down the left is different to playing in the central role. That's where Jude Bellingham wants to operate and has done
Yeah,
so
that was-
effectively for Real Madrid.
That was dumb.
How do you square that circle? Because one of them's got to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
On the left, and one of them's got to be through the middle.
Yeah, and I think that's the big talking point right now about how good Bellingham is, but almost
It
the
sucks,
other players
though.
then aren't
Like,
really
it
seen,
sucks
because I
because
think he
it-
takes up such a
it ended
presence in
so
the
fast,
midfield
right?
that he
Like-
demands so much. He wants to get on the ball so much that almost then other players
And I
aren't as
guarantee you if
involved.
they did
And I
IRL,
think
they
that's where
wouldn't have
players
fought.
and the management staff have to challenge themselves. You have to get your best players on the ball as much as you possibly can, and they didn't do that well enough the other night. And I think also the best players, you have to come looking for the ball. If you're not involved, get yourself involved somehow, and that's the big challenge as the tournament progresses against the better teams.
Just a word on Denmark, semi-finalists in Euro 2020, beaten by England at the semi-final stage. Lots of experience.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I would say Saints worse. Like, Tone actually managed to drive the two of them there, but I mean, that's not saying much, I guess.
West Ham boss Alan Pardew. It's been described by the Spain boss Luis de la Fuente as a European Classico at international level. And he's right, there's so much quality on that.
Mad it
pitch.
ended.
Oh, I cannot
so
wait. Today's
fast.
games really are hotting up, aren't they?
Hoping it
and
would
this
have
is
been
what
a
you
little
want. You
more
want to see these big games. I've loved the tournament so far because actually the
I mean,
smaller
that was
nations as
entertaining,
such,
but
the
it's
nations that
abrupt,
maybe
right?
people
Now-
didn't
now
expect
it's over
have
and
really
we have
been
to wait.
performing. But these are the type of games, you know, when you see the big heavyweights coming up against each other. And I think you can tell a lot from this early stage just how people then are going to progress.
It is wild to me that 16-year-old Lamine Yamal is one of Spain's most important players. But that is the truth. He's been a really important player for Barcelona this season. And you've got to think he's one of the first
I
names
don't
on the
think
team
Saint
sheet
would
for
ever
Spain.
fight him.
Absolutely. Scary,
I think
isn't
Saint
it?
would do
Really
things
is
like
scary.
pull his
Should have probably
hair and
scored
stuff
last
to piss
game.
him
You
off
could
to
tell
make
he was
him
so
come at
disappointed
him
that he didn't.
and then play
But
victim.
massive. And
I don't
think
see him
not just
fighting
him. You know, they
anybody.
have so much quality throughout the team. But
And
yeah,
Tone just went
these are
down
the
like
kind
a
of
ton of
things you
bricks.
love
Like,
these
Tone
tournaments
literally
because
let him
new players, new stars
pin
come
him
onto the
down
scene, and that's what
to
you like
try
to
and
see.
diffuse
So we've looked
things,
ahead
right?
to the two games
But
that
he
are
wasn't
still to
gonna
come
fight
today at Euro 2024.
totally.
But our game is level at half-time.
Totally,
it
man.
is 0-0. You
To
are
me,
listening to
like, I can
Slovenia against
understand why
Serbia
he's
live on
in
Talksport
rehab
2.
because it's
And
his
let's take a
drinking
look
that
back on the
fucks him
first
up.
half with Carly.
If he didn't drink, he'd probably be
Halftime
able to
highlights
function
from
way better.
Talksport 2 with Carly, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Breaks to Mlakar in the area and he searches into the box. Right foot shot, brilliantly saved by Rajkovic.
Slovenia literally not letting Serbia have a minute on the ball. As soon as they lose it, they're getting in and around it. Now, how quick can they win the ball back and allow themselves to create another attack? It really is two completely contrasting styles of play.
Ilic with the cross from the left-hand side and the diving header from Vlahovic. That's by far the best that Serbia have created. A quick throw. Ilic's cross, left-footed. And there was Vlahovic. Elshnik into the area of the post. And now Šeško
Yeah, man, like I said,
blazes it
I wish I
over
could see what
on the
happened
follow-up,
between
curling
Kurt,
cross
him
in.
and Magic
It's
earlier.
loose. Can they finish?
Magic was
Mitrovic
trying
with the
to-
effort. That's charged down.
I don't know what she was trying to do, but they were trying to get him the apartment.
So it is 0-0 between Slovenia and Serbia. Kevin Hatchard.
Yeah, I don't know about that whole story
for this one. And Tash, how was that?
I don't know about that whole
No,
story.
Amazing,
yeah,
wasn't it?
literally half time.
I didn't see what happened with him and Beck.
But it's been a brilliant first half of football. Really, everything except for a goal.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him and Beck.
We talked a lot about the strikers ahead of the game, but it's a strange one, isn't it? Because it's all the dangers really come from the midfielders at times. Timmy Elshnik, who was on Derby County's books at one stage, had the best opportunity for Slovenia.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me,
into the penalty
dude.
area, hit the post,
That doesn't surprise
and
me.
then Šeško on the rebound didn't
His
hit the
drinking
target.
makes
He was
him look like
surprised
that. So
Šeško didn't hit that
even if
target.
he's
Yeah,
not
really
drunk, he's
surprised.
probably
Those
like
are the
that
opportunities
anyways.
as centre
That's the way I
forward that
see
you want to come to you, and you don't get many of them at international level, let alone tournament
But I
football
don't
as well.
know.
And
Beck
with his
isn't
goal scoring,
trustworthy.
like, he's just
To me,
so
Beck
good.
isn't
How did he
trustworthy.
not
I
hit the
would never
target in
take
that
Beck
moment?
on her
I
word.
know at half time that'll be eating him up, and he'll be praying
Even
that he gets
she-
another
like,
opportunity to put it right.
I don't even
Well,
have
ahead
any
of the
real
second
reason to
half,
not trust her. I
let's
just
take a
get
look at
that
the
from
odds
her,
with
that
William
she's
here.
not. She's
In the
not
zone on
trustworthy.
Talksport 2 with William Hill. Prepare for greatness
Yeah,
with William
yeah,
Hill.
totally.
18 plus gamble.
Like I said, Danger should have.
So perhaps surprisingly,
Danger- I'm
Serbia
surprised
still the
Danger
favourites to win
didn't,
the match at
'cause
5-4. Slovenia,
looks like the type,
who have
you know
made
what I
some
mean?
big chances, they're 7-2 to go on and take the win. The draw is 29-20.
I don't
That was a
have
look
any.
at the latest odds.
Okay, this
Thanks
is
to William
this
Hill.
is my
Terms and
what I
conditions
have to
apply.
say about
18
Beck.
plus.
I don't have a dog in the fight. Okay,
In
I'm
the
just
zone on
going on
Talksport
what I
2 with
see
William Hill.
and what I
Prepare
see
for
about her.
greatness with William
I
Hill.
wouldn't
18
trust
plus
her.
gamble
As
with
far as like
So the
or
players
dislike,
set to emerge from the
it's not
tunnel
like
ahead
that
of this
with me,
second
right?
half.
Like
It did look as though
she is
Serbia
who she is,
were preparing a
and
change.
I would just
actually.
I would be
Just though
careful around her
Mijat
because
Kacinovic
I
was being
just
readied.
get that feeling
What
from
do
her
Serbia
that she's
need
not
to
a
do, Tash?
genuine
Because
person.
they've had
But
times
that doesn't
when
make
they've
her
moved the ball
bad
far
per
too
se,
slowly.
right?
They've
Like I
allowed
associate
Slovenia to get
bad
set
with
in that
being
ball forward.
like
They need to come out
immediately
fast.
dangerous.
I think actually
right?
Slovenia started the
Beck's
game
not
the better.
immediately dangerous,
Serbia
not
can't
even
allow
close.
them to do that.
So
They need to start
I
the
just
second half the strongest. They've got
wouldn't
45
trust
minutes
her.
now, and I did say before this is a must-win. For
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So for
yeah.
me, right now, I think
That's
Slovenia
what
are
I
in the
mean.
better
That's what I
position.
mean.
They can relax a little bit more.
Yeah,
They can bide their
exactly.
time and wait for opportunity.
But
But I do think, and I said it first
Beck
half,
at
whoever
least
scores
seems
first
like
will
one
go
of the
on and
more
win the game.
stable ones. Like one of the more stable ones.
Black this afternoon, the coach of Slovenia in his black cap and rather shiny black polo shirt, bringing his players together for a bit of a huddle ahead of this second half. He'll be pleased with what his team has done so far. The only thing they haven't done
I
is
wouldn't
put the ball
trust
beyond the
Saint
goalkeeper
Tone
and
maybe.
into the net. But they'll
Maybe.
be delighted with how they've competed.
Not
given
anymore,
that
like
Serbia were
not
the
back in the
favourites
day, like when he
ahead
had
of
his
this
pill
game.
problem and everything. But
Serbia know that they need to find an extra gear, and they are going to make that change
way.
that I suggested. Mijat Kacinovic, player who did play in Germany for quite a long time for Eintracht Frankfurt. He's coming on for Mladenovic, who got forward to good effect down the left-hand side at times. That's a really interesting one. Kacinovic is a midfield player.
yeah, dude,
Likes
he
to get
just
forwards.
ran off.
So Filip Mladenovic,
He just
who did
took
play
off, dude.
left wing back, is off, and he's replaced by Mijat Kacinovic, who has lined up actually on
Yeah.
that left-hand side.
Tone or
With
Saint
Serbia to
seems like
kick us
that
off
too.
in
Like
the
after
second
he
period,
drinks,
playing
after
from right
after
to
Saint
left,
drinks,
all in
he
red.
seems like he's
Slovenia
planning things.
attacking the goal away to the right-hand side,
Like planning to
all
piss
in
you
white.
off.
Tash Dowie, what do you make of that substitution?
Yeah, I think it says a lot, to be honest. I think it shows that they need to go and get this win now, and I think it's important. And I think Serbia can take a lot
I've
of
met alcoholics
promise
like
from the
Saint,
first half,
though.
because I think actually first 20 minutes they were really poor, but then grew into the game and actually problem solved a lot with the press that I spoke about that they were struggling with, and actually had some really good chances. So I think a change had to be made, and good intentions there.
No changes for Slovenia. Slovenia with
I've met other alcoholics that are they're like good. Like they're fucking alcoholics, but they would never. They don't piss people off and stuff like that. They're actually really nice to be around, but they are drunk all the time.
Kacinovic, Lukic, Ilic,
Yeah.
and Živkovic in midfield with Tadic.
Dude, some of them are like that without.
number
Like
10
I
role,
worked with
just
this
in behind
bartender dude,
Vlahovic.
and I don't know what his issue was,
Slovenia
but
with
he tried to
Šeško,
challenge me to fights
who
every single day.
Scored in his
He was
final
like 22.
7 Bundesliga appearances.
I didn't
of
get
the
it. I'm
campaign
like,
for
I don't
RB
know what your
Leipzig.
issue is.
Got 23
And then I
goals for
remember
club and country
one day
this
I just
season.
told him,
Got
and then he's just like,
22
wow, you really get
the
mad.
season
I'm like,
before.
well, yeah,
He's
you're an
just
asshole,
21
and
years old.
you should be out on the floor
Scary.
bartending, not back here
And younger
bothering
and
me.
younger, these
I'm like, you're
superstar
acting like
players.
I'm your
Here comes
fucking
Serbia
dad right now.
with
It's
a long ball
pathetic.
towards Tadic. It's not the kind of ball that Dusan Tadic thrives on, really. But here's Mitrovic picking up the pieces, edge of the area, finds it again. Mitrovic, brilliant save by Oblak. Stood up so
The kids
strong
these
at the
days,
near
they just
post.
don't understand
And
what
Mitrovic is
respect
denied.
is.
Great work between him and Tadic on the edge of the area. And Mitrovic is denied by Oblak.
He's just a wall. You cannot get past him. You know, as a centre forward, it's a brilliant ball by Tadic. Perfectly weighted pass. Mitrovic, again, I challenge him. You know, it's hit him straight at the keeper, and he does make himself so big, but far corner. That is wide open. Can he look to aim it there a little bit more? And that's 2 chances now that Mitrovic, in my opinion, should be scoring.
He is their main man. 58 international goals for Serbia. Scored twice at the World Cup in Qatar. Got 5 goals in 7 qualifiers. He's got 40
What about
goals in all
40-year-old
competitions. For Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia, they won the league, they won the cup. But he couldn't find the net there. Denied by Jan Oblak. We're in the 48th minute in Munich. Slovenia 0, Serbia 0. Both teams have tested the opposite goalkeepers. And Slovenia, if you're just joining us, hit the post in the first half. Timmy Elchnik, the former Derby County player, rattling the woodwork.
Yeah.
He had a few years in English football, Elchnik, actually. Signed for Derby as a youngster. He was loaned out to Swindon, Mansfield and Northampton.
There's a few of those
Plays
there
his football
too.
for Olympia Ljubljana.
There was a few SMs that acted like they were in charge of everything and everyone,
They
but
would have been happy.
they didn't
Happy
even
with the
clean
way
up
that they've
after
come out
themselves.
these first 3 minutes. You know, that's all you can ask.
I'm glad I don't work there
Momentum-wise,
anymore.
let's go
That was
out.
pretty
Let's
much
get
the
an early
final straw
opportunity.
with,
And within 2 minutes,
like traditional
they've had to
jobs with me working
the
at that
Slovenia
place
keeper,
and seeing all
Oblak, make a
the
huge
loser
save. So
degenerates
now
there. I
can
was
they
like,
build on that
I just
momentum?
left. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And I just walked out.
the Serbian
I was
coach,
unemployed
living
for about
legend
2
in
weeks.
Serbian football.
And then I
Played
started
in 7
marketing
European
myself because
Championship
obviously I
finals
needed
matches.
money. And things have just gotten better as time went
Featured in
on.
1984 as a 19-year-old and 2000 as a 35-year-old.
I don't know about
Here's
where
Tadic,
you're
try
at,
balls to
dude,
the edge
but
of
the workplace
Slovenia
here has
area towards
degenerated.
Mitrovic. Well defended.
It's
But here they come
bad
again.
now, dude.
Kacinovic, the half-time substitute, just curls it out to the far side. And
Yeah, I
finds
agree, dude.
Ilic now.
I
Ilic for the low
totally
ball
agree.
out to the left-hand side. And
Totally
Kacinovic again. He'll take on Kadnichnik. Curling cross to the far post. And it is sliced just wide of that far post by the
totally
big
does.
centre-back Jakub Biol, who
Right
must
on
have had
false
his heart
god.
in his mouth. It's behind for a corner. It could so easily have been an own goal.
Serbia have come out. They have come out in this second half
This
looking
one's
a
for you,
different
false
team.
god.
And Biol had to get some sort of contact because the striker's there lurking on his shoulder. He's just very lucky that contact hasn't gone into the goal there. But actually, good defending by him. Right position, right time to
I
clear
agree
it.
with the
Corner
statement.
for
Surround
Serbia
yourself
on
with
the far
people
side,
that
the
are
right, as we look at it.
like smarter than you
got
or
big
better than
targets to aim
you,
for
right?
again.
Because they'll
Milenkovic on the move,
they'll
the big centre
elevate.
back.
Like you'll have
Pavlovic
to
on the
step
far
up to
post.
their level,
Delivered
right?
towards the near
Whereas
post.
when you're with
Headed
all
away to
these
the edge of the area,
like
Kacinovic will
degens
collect
that
it.
are corroding your
Picks up
mind,
the
as
edge
you
of the
so
area and goes back
eloquently
to
put it,
Lukic now.
you're just
Serbia
like,
looking strong
I'm
in the
not
opening 5
learning
minutes
anything, and these
of
people
this
are
second half
literally
in Munich.
sucking my
Tadic
energy
now,
out of
left-footed
me
ball into
because
the
I have
area,
to
and the
like
header is over the top.
tend to
from
them, you know?
Mitrovic. That's the kind of cross he thrives
Yeah,
on.
oh yeah.
He was
yeah.
under pressure from
Good
the
point,
defender
dude.
and took a flick off the defender. It'll be another Serbian corner.
You're very
He's not going to
wise,
get many
false
more of these
god.
opportunities, and he has to
You should
start
change your
taking
name to
one of them.
Wise.
It's
Wise,
brilliant
false
positioning,
god.
brilliant balling by
Wise,
Tadic.
false god.
And Karnichnik there, really, really good defending, one-on-one. It's not often that Mitrovic gets beat to them kind of balls, but how many opportunities now has the big centre forward had, and he hasn't put his team 1-0 up yet.
We've got a problem here, Slovenia. Eric Janja is down. He's just shown the referee his shin, suggesting that he's been caught somewhere along
And
the line.
whoever scores.
But Serbia with arguably their best spell of the game so
No,
far.
there's a difference between wisdom and
This
knowledge,
is what we
right?
expected to see from them.
Wisdom
yeah, absolutely.
comes
It's
with
easier
time.
said than done, though, you know, because this
Knowledge
Slovenia team
is
are a good team.
like
so it just shows, and this is
math
what I've loved about
formulas
this game
and
as well, is the
how to
momentum,
fix
the ebbs and
stuff
flows.
and
You
how to
know,
build
first half
houses.
Slovenia starting well, then Serbia probably finishing the half the strongest, and they've definitely now taken that momentum into this second half.
Janja's hobbled off, so they're down to 10 men at the moment to defend this corner. So many players in front of the goalkeeper, Jan
wisdom, I
Oblak
don't know.
here. Wisdom by Tadic. Goalkeeper comes and
it's like a
fixes it away,
maturity.
did well through traffic
Whereas
there.
knowledge is more like
Živković
aptitude,
collects onto
right?
his left foot. Reverse
Some
pass
people
to
are
find
better
Tadic
at
down
learning
the
than
corner
others.
flag.
Whereas
Floats it into the penalty
wisdom
area.
is,
It's over the head of
Vlahovic.
Vlahovic.
Good.
Couldn't quite bring it down. He's chased by Karaničnik, who did really, really well. Not only to win it, but to then win the free
To
kick.
me,
It's a
wisdom
bit of a
can't be
visible
taught.
mismatch. Vlahovic
Wisdom
is
can't
a
be taught.
big, big
Knowledge
guy.
can be taught, right?
Karaničnik
Like we go to
did well.
college to learn knowledge.
I actually think
It rhymes. It
Vlahovic had
makes
got
sense.
his head up a little bit quicker there.
Wisdom
he could have just
is-
set it back to his supporting
you have to
fullback
see it. You
that's
have to
there, but he tried a bit
understand
too
it.
much there. Wants to try to do it on his own.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, wisdom comes from living. Yeah, for sure. Okay, got it. Yeah. Good point.
I think that's a poor decision actually by the number
It's
7.
the long view, right?
It's the first of 3
Wisdom
games
is the
in Euro
long view
2024
instead of the
today. You'll
short
hear
view.
every kick across the TalkSport network. Live commentary of the 5 o'clock kickoff between England and Denmark. As the ball is played towards Šeško, racing away, and Veljković tried to affect him, and he managed to just move across the path of Šeško. Flags up anyway, and Veljković was a little relieved. He did manage to just shove Šeško out of the way, but to start with, it looked as though
There's
Šeško
beef jerky here. There's beef
beats
jerky
us
here
down to
called
the first of
long
2
view,
games today in Group C.
and it
This
has
is
a
0-0 Slovenia
big
and
native
Serbia.
chief on it.
Of course, at 5, England against Denmark. Mark Chapman, John
See
Murray,
where I'm going with
and
this?
the team.
The native
Eight
chief
o'clock
had a
tonight,
long
Chris
view.
Sutton and
Indeed,
Ian
he was
Dennis
wise,
Spain
for he could make the best
against
jerky
Italy.
in all
Here
the
is
land.
Slovenia in the midfield, moving the ball to the left. Jansa is over there. Forwards it goes to Molklar, who's been quiet so far in this second half. Back to Jansa once more, who's moving just fine, following a little bit of treatment. That's going to be a foul this time, and another Slovenian free kick.
Exactly.
A late challenge going in on Stojanovic, and a yellow card too. It was late on Stojanovic. He stayed down, and rightfully, the Serbian number 22, Sasa Lukic, has been shown a yellow card. It was late.
Yeah, really late and a little bit blatant from Sasa Lukic. He plays the ball through his legs and then he just stops the run. Blatant foul, rightly so, a yellow card.
The 1 goal last season for Fulham. Sasa Lukic, 27 years old, 2 goals and 46 caps for Serbia. Just been shown a yellow card there. Slovenia free kick to the left of centre, third of the way inside the Serbia half. Stojanovic back on his feet, moving just fine. Slovenia go long into the area, ball headed on. Serbia should tidy up and will clear away down their left this time. And indeed, they do, with Gacinovic, who came on as a half-time substitute. Ball back with Slovenian goalkeeper Jan Oblak. And we were criticising in the first half, Stephen, weren't we, the lack of real chances for either side in front of goal. When Oblak has been called upon, it's once
Chat rules. Yeah, much love to you, False God. Thanks for coming in. You're always appreciated and you're always welcome here, man. Always nice talking to you, and yeah, hope to see you again, and you have a good day, man. Take care.
55 minutes gone. Slovenia have the ball inside their own half. Slovenia in all white, going long, looking for the run of either Sesko or Spora, and both of them look at the centre half who hit it long as if to say, what is that? They've been moaning about the lack of service, the 2 strikers, all afternoon, and you can't really blame them either from their point of view.
Thanks, buddy.
Progression mega sale.
You too, man. You too.
Shop now.
Okay, peace out. Later, dude. Take care.
Back with their goalkeeper, Rajkovic. And Rajkovic goes long
Full
himself
Serbia onto his left foot, plays the reverse pass, and the cross is deflected from Živkovic. He goes behind off Janja for a Serbian corner.
Yeah, now it's down to Slovenia to weather the storm, just like what Serbia had to do in long spells in the first half. And they have been the strongest in these first opening 10 minutes, but Slovenia holding strong.
Dusan Tadic, 14 assists for Fenerbahce at club level this season. What can he come up with here from this corner for Serbia? High hanging ball, the heads go up. Oblak punches not very far, but the ball was hooked clear by Cherin, and then collected in midfield by Ivan Ilic, who was on the books of Manchester City, the Serbia midfielder, at one stage. Didn't make a breakthrough. Found success in Italian football, first with Verona and then Torino. And he's on the ball now, the number 17 for Serbia. 57th minute here on Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2. Slovenia 0, Serbia 0. Živkovic now down the far side, the right for Serbia. Shuffles forwards and plays it to Tadic as they try and work it down that right-hand side. Space is opened up here for Lukic, but then he was dispossessed just as he was about to pull the trigger. Slovenia have defended their box really well at times. Here is Strahinja, Pavlovic. He finds Milenkovic as Serbia look to reset, look to make something happen. They've started to target that right-hand side.
Yeah, they absolutely have, and they're doing really well. Actually, they're doing exactly what Slovenia did first half with the counter-press.
And here is Tadic, right edge of the area. He's got support here. Look for Mitrovic. It's only half cleared, but Slovenia are able to play it out from the back, and now they've got space with Šeško. Šeško to try and open up his legs, and he finds Elšnik. Back out to Šeško. Milenkovic for company. Left corner of the penalty area. Right foot shot, and that's tipped over the top by Rajkovic. Benjamin Šeško finding the space. He was looking for that top corner, and Rajkovic flew through the air and denied it.
And that's what I love about this centre forward. Misses an opportunity in the first half that he should be scoring, but he isn't afraid to take on a shot again from distance. And it's a much better effort and actually really makes the keeper Rajkovic make a big, strong hand to put it over. That's a really nice counter-attack. That's just literally classic Slovenia.
So a corner here for Slovenia. Benjamin Šeško had a couple of wonderful efforts against Denmark. One that whistled wide, one that hit the post. And he's tested Predrag Rajkovic there. And Rajkovic has absolutely justified his selection in the last couple of games. 59th minute, Slovenia 0, Serbia 0. Slovenia's corner. And it will be Cherin to take it. It'll be an outswinger, right-footed. Goes low towards the near post. Stojanovic tried to flick it, and they've lost it here, and Serbia can break. Attempted ball over the top for Živkovic, the right wing-back. Oh, and Kalinic not with the best of back passes to Oblak. I don't think he appreciated that, but he managed to get there in time, and now Slovenia can calm it down. Oblak over the head of Živkovic, who was trying to press, and now Kalinic very calmly has broken through that press and hits long for Sporar, who's beaten to it by Milenkovic. It is bubbling up nicely, this one, here on TalkSport 2. All set for a dramatic finale. And Slovenia chased their first ever win in a European Championship finals game, and Serbia competing in European Championship finals for the first time as an independent nation. So it would be their first win if they could grab it, but it's still 0-0.
I think as well what's going to be really interesting is from a managerial point of view, the changes. When are the changes going to be made? How many? You know, the impact. You know, you look at the bench, there's some players there that can really impact this game.
Space here on the left-hand side for Janja. His cross is blocked. Janja has been such an important part of their attacking moves down that left-hand side. Here's Elšnik. Left-footed ball into the penalty area. It's over the head of Šeško, but he should be able to collect it and does. He's got Pavlovic for company. Tries to play a 1-2. Then there's a shoulder charge between Pavlovic and Šeško. Two big men going toe-to-toe, and the referee said that was okay.
Love that. Absolutely love that. But again, sorry, going back to the squad though, but both of these teams, especially Slovenia, know that the squad probably isn't as strong as others, and they're going to rely probably mainly on the starting 11. So I think that's why squad rotation is key, because later on in the tournament, you don't want to fatigue to hit in too early. So I do think the managers need to be brave around the 60-minute mark to make some changes, freshen things up a little bit.
The voice of the former England striker Tashdawi alongside Kevin Hatchard for this one. No goals yet between Slovenia and Serbia. As Dirkušić brings it out from the back for Slovenia. These two last met in June 2022 in the Nations League and drew 2-2 in Ljubljana. Serbia squandering a 2-0 lead. Serbia had won the reverse fixture 4-1 in Belgrade. Here is Stojanovic in off that right flank. Petar Stojanovic, Empoli player. Now Cherry. Slovenia looking to just pull the frayed ends of that Serbia midfield, see what unravels. We're going to see Luka Jovic come on for Serbia. They're going to make another change. Jovic, the player who didn't quite make the grade at Real Madrid, but has had success elsewhere, has been scoring goals in Italy for Milan, did so in Germany for Eintracht Frankfurt, in a couple of spells with the Eagles. He's ready to come on.
He's a player that can definitely have an impact, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see Mitrovic come off. That's what happened last game as well, around the 60-minute mark, and that's where sometimes I question maybe the fitness levels of Mitrovic, because he's your captain. You want him to be staying on the pitch for 90 minutes. You want him to be heavily involved. He's like a Harry Kane of the England team, so I think, yes, rotation is key, but is he fully fit? But yeah, absolutely. Jovic, what a player. Really good season at Milan, plenty of goals, and someone that I think can definitely impact this game in a strong way for Serbia.
Vlahovic was trying to run the channel there ahead of Viol, didn't manage to do it. It's going to be a double change here for Serbia. They're going to bring on Sergej Milinkovic-Savic and Luka Jovic. It was a bit of a surprise that Milinkovic-Savic was left out. And the Serbian double change is alongside a Slovenian change as well. Jan Mlakar will go off, and the defensive midfielder Jon Gorenc Stankovic, who plays his football for Sturm Graz in Austria, will come on. So Mlakar is off. Vlahovic making way for Luka Jovic. And Sasha Lukic is the other player going off to be replaced by Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. So Serbia are going for it. Lukic is a defensively minded central midfielder, doesn't look happy about coming off, but if you're replaced by Milinkovic-Savic, one of Serbia's best players, can't really argue.
No, a few of those players look not happy at all. Vlahovic as well coming off, and I know how that feels as a centre forward, when your team's 0-0 and when you need to win the game and you want to help that team. When you get subbed with 30 minutes to go, which are probably the most important time of the game, it really does hurt, and you can see that by a lot of reactions.
Here comes Serbia down the right-hand side, twisting, turning. Zivkovic has been lively on that right flank. Comes in on his favoured left foot, plays it into the feet of Tadic in the penalty area, but they stand strong there to Slovenia and clear long towards Sporar. It's been starved of service, really. Skips away from the challenge of Pavlovic. Sporar twisting, turning, 30 yards out, dead centre. Now Stojanovic on the follow-up, trying to wriggle his way into the penalty area, goes down. Referee says get up. And now Serbia breaking at the other end, looking for Mitrovic. Comes here to Zivkovic. Jovic, Mitrovic, right foot volley. And that is over the crossbar. And that was a big opportunity for Mitrovic. He's had a few now. And that one over the crossbar. You are listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, please drink responsibly.
That's 4 efforts now for Mitrovic, and again, it's the technique that's letting him down. It's the half volley there, he's slicing at it. Yeah, and you can see Kekler, the manager for Slovenia, is not happy whatsoever with how easy that opportunity was. Centre half, Durkovic switching off as well, didn't even realise Mitrovic was on his shoulder there. This game now, you can tell last 30 minutes becoming more and more open because both teams feel like they have to win it.
Who does that suit, do you think, Sam?
Good question. I'd probably say Slovenia because I do think Serbia have to win it. They have to. But really, for me, both teams, in my opinion, have to win it. Like you said, with the point with Slovenia playing England, I think really both teams will see points dropped if they don't come away with the 3 points today.
Game that's up for grabs. 2 games to come on the TalkSport network. England against Denmark. 5 o'clock kickoff. Jim Proudfoot and the former England captain Stuart Pearce, good commentators for that one. And Alex Crook and Alan Pardew will bring you Italy against Spain. 8 o'clock kickoff on TalkSport. Space here for Gacinovic, left edge of the penalty area, and that's an awful cross by him. Just got right underneath it, apologises instantly, but Dragan Stojkovic puts his head in his hands. And considering what a good player he was in his day, he has high standards.
Yeah, he's saying, get me on that pitch. I'll show you how to whip in a ball. Yeah, but he did everything right. Again, it's the cross-field pass. Beautiful. The touch kills it dead all the time in the world and goes and kicks it off the pitch. And look, they're human beings. They're not robots at the end of the day, but these opportunities, you know, both teams have been so wasteful in the final third, which really surprises me. Your point earlier, that's where I thought the quality would be in the final third, but I think that's what's let both teams down.
This is the big stage. Here's Stojanovic. He's found a seam of space. Down the inside right channel goes down. Referee took a long look at that. Stojanovic feels he was bundled over for a penalty, but the referee disagrees and is just gently urging Petar Stojanovic of Slovenia to get to his feet.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely did shoulder to shoulder 50-50, but not enough. It's actually really good defending by Pavlovic there. You can just see he's stronger. Yeah, he's actually off balance, Stojanovic there. And it's a great run, but no, that's not a penalty, even though he looks like amazed that it's not.
Pavlovic has had a much better game than he has against England, although to be fair, he hasn't had to deal with Bukayo Saka.
He's one to watch. You know, when I was doing a little bit of my research, he's definitely one to watch. He's been highlighted, so I've really enjoyed following him and watching him.
Caruso, they were. This match is personal, Caruso.
Space here for Kacinovic, inside left channel for Serbia in the Slovenian half, but yet again, Serbia just give the ball away cheaply. Here's Elshnik. He's had an excellent game in central midfield for Slovenia, but then commentators curse. He gives the ball away instantly. It's amazing.
Why does that always happen?
Yeah, it's amazing how powerful that curse is. If only I could use it for good. A bit of space here for Kacinovic, and he's overrunning. He's having a bit of a nightmare at the moment. Ran straight into Kalinic, and he skips away from Milinkovic-Savic. Rolls it out to the left-hand side now for Elshnik. Space here for Slovenia down the left. Elshnik has the overlapping run, but plays the cross in, and it's touchdown at the far post.
Oh my fuck!
Jan Kalinic.
Oh my fuck!
Put Slovenia in front. It could prove to be a historic goal, and finally we have a breakthrough. The cross from the left, and the right back Kalinic snuck in, and he makes it Slovenia 1, Serbia 0.
He started it off and he finished it off. What a brilliant goal. And for me, he's been one of the best players today. Brilliant, brilliant play. Nicks it to start. Brilliant run. Penetrates. Plays it out wide. And then as a fullback, doesn't just think, okay, I've done my job. I'll carry on and I'll get into the box. And he continues his run and fully deserves the goal to put Slovenia 1-0 up and to get his third international goal. I tell you what, it is a brilliant finish. And what a ball, by the way, as well.
It was an excellent piece of play.
Yeah, it wasn't Kosovo like the capital.
And they just did
now Kosovo's
not
like its own place too, Caruso.
Who we said has had a great game with the perfect cross. Milinkovic-Savic realised far too late that Kalinic was on the move.
That's not an easy finish, by the way, either. He's made that look a lot easier than what it actually is. Eye on the ball, could easily switch off, not connect the way you have to, finish like a real centre forward there.
These uppity fullbacks looking like centre forwards.
And you know what? Against the run of play, in my opinion, as well, I actually think Serbia started the second half a lot stronger. But again, Slovenia don't mind. You have the ball. We're used to this.
Here comes Serbia at the other end. Jovic, barrel-chested, stocky striker, but he's given away a free kick. Luka Jovic, player who once scored 5 goals in one Bundesliga game for Eintracht Frankfurt. Got 9 goals in all competitions for Milan this season. But he's part of a Serbia team that is suddenly on the back foot. And I can tell you, there are thousands and thousands of Slovenia fans in the stadium bouncing with utter joy because they can see their way to a first ever victory
I worked for a Bosnian
at the European
lady,
Championship finals. The picture is very different for the Serbian fans. They are looking
for a lady from Bosnia
disconsolate at the moment. Their team has had chances, hasn't taken them.
They were really nice. Behind. She was nice. And then
what a story, though. You know, and I think
she
you
was
can
the
see
manager,
them playing with such freedom, no pressure. No one expects them to do anything in this tournament.
Manager,
and they've definitely
like a regional
shown
manager,
what they're
and I think he was like
can't mathematically
qualify if they win today. He might have been Bosnian as well,
rare.
but I actually don't quite remember what he
the 4 points to not be enough, given the fact that
he was really
the
nice.
best 4 third place
really
teams
nice guy.
Go through. Serbia behind the 8 ball here. They have it on the right-hand side. Nice little turn and a right-footed cross, and then swept onto the crossbar by Mitrovic from close range. He cannot believe it. The bar is still reverberating.
Excellent management, man.
He pushed off his defender, and it actually deflected off Kalinic onto the bar, but Oblak was beaten.
it's not his day today in front of goal, Mitrovic. You know, as a striker, there's nothing worse than getting those opportunities and just not taking them time and time again. Half chances. Chances are normally he would score with his eyes closed. But again, it's good defending. The centre-halves has not given him a second on the ball. But of someone of his quality, I still think he should be scoring that.
Oblak was not part of the equation, and Kalinic, having scored at one end, has maybe produced a goal-saving touch at the other. Just about got a piece of it. And Mitrovic could not believe that didn't fly beyond Oblak and in.
I think this is dangerous for Serbia as well now because, for Serbia, because they need the goal. So they're going to leave themselves a lot more open, and that is exactly what Slovenia want.
18 minutes of normal time to go. Slovenia 1, Serbia 0.
Yeah, I remember Indians told me about that.
Kevin Hatchard and the
India
former
used to
striker, Tash Dowie. It's been a fascinating
Pakistan
game.
became Muslim and separated,
We are heading
right?
for the final act. Seen plenty of drama already. Here is Strahina Pavlovic, rampaging forward from centre-back, and he's carried on his run, but Serbia have lost it, and they're a man light in defence here. Sporar, the number 9 for Slovenia. It's not quite been his day. He's had to really battle, and he lost it there. And Serbia with possession back after Sporar was dispossessed. They have it now on the far side, their right, with Živkovic. Now they work it to Ilic. Velkovic up from centre-back, trying to squeeze here. Trying to find a way in. Gacinovic, left corner of the penalty area. But an excellent challenge by Stojanovic. They are working. They are battling. They are refusing to cede an inch
Pakistan
on
has
this Munich pitch.
that thing.
And their
What is
fans
it? The moon.
are roaring
The moon
them on
is
here.
Muslim.
Slovenia are on top. But can they stay on top? Pavlovic
All
wide on
Muslim
the left for
nations have
Serbia. His cross is away by Derkušić.
The only thing that's a bit concerning now is Slovenia have almost like a back six.
Crossing here from Velkovic. That's headed away by
Turkey,
Bior.
Algeria.
So strong in the air. Jaka Bior. And now Cherin
Does
trying to run it
Azerbaijan
clear, but he
have
ran
one?
straight into Ilic. And Serbia trying to build something on the right, but there's always a Slovenian boot or a Slovenian head in the way. But here's Tadic trying to get away. Dusan Tadic, edge of the day. And he's had the free kick given for the first challenge. The referee tried to play advantage.
Yeah, going back to that back six. And I can understand why they're defending their lead, but there's still a 15 minutes plus stoppage time. That's too long to be able to give Serbia this much time, this much momentum with the quality of players they've got on the pitch. They still need to do what they've been doing so well, Slovenia, which is looking to obviously hit them on the counter-attack. They've been turning the ball over too easy. This is a great position now for Tadic over the ball.
It was Cherin's challenge that led to the free kick, 25 yards out, in line with the right edge of the D, maybe a little further to the right than that. And Dusan Tadic has danced this dance before. Will he go for goal? Certainly within his range. Wearing the captain's armbands. Or will he cross it? We will see. It's Tadic. It is a cross towards the far post, and the header just drifts wide of the target. Milinkovic-Savic attacked it, rose highest, but it was a rather tame header wide of the target.
Yeah, I think if Serbia don't score today, they'll be asking themselves how and why. And you know what? A lot of the reasons why has been because of the defenders of Slovenia. Again, that actually should have been a corner. It comes off the Slovenia back of the defender's head. So, yes, you could say they've missed those chances, but
there's probably
got to
other
give
ones. I
credit
just
to
can't
the
think of any
defenders
other
the way
ones
they've
right
thrown
now.
their bodies on the line and got blocks when it's really mattered.
A couple of changes here. Looking to see Benjamin Šeško and Petar Stojanovic go off. And they're going to bring on Jan Vipotnik and Benjamin Verebic. So a couple of changes there. Šeško has run his race for today. He's had his moments, had that long-range drive that's tipped over the top by Rajkovic. Now a bit of space straight away on the left-hand side for Slovenia. And a high ball towards Verebic in the area. Brings it down, plays it into the 6-yard box, and Rajkovic is there. And that was nearly the perfect start for Benjamin Verebic. But his cross was too close to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, brought it down beautifully, didn't he? What a first touch to introduce yourself. But then again, just that final ball. And that's going to take time as a sub. Sometimes you need 5-10 minutes to actually get up to the pace of the game. but he's only got 15 minutes, so he needs to try and find his feet a little bit quicker than that. But I think with Sesko as well, maybe taking him off, it's about resting your key players, and they're 1-0 up. You know, I think they're going to need him now moving forward, hopefully in the tournament.
Verdovic has come to the right-hand side for Stojanovic, and Vipotnik, who scored 10 goals for Bordeaux in the French second tier this season, has gone up front with Sporar. Verdovic plays his football in Greece with Panathinaikos, but he's been around the block, played in Denmark, Ukraine, Poland, and now Greece. Slovenia still have this lead, given to them by Jan Karaničnik. And he's the only goal so far. He'd only ever scored against San Marino previously.
Just watching that goal back, though, it's just desire. He wanted it more. You could see he was actually neck and neck with the Serbian defender, but he just wanted it. He wanted to get on the end of it more. He wanted to be the difference maker.
Predrag Rajkovic, the goalkeeper, taking a bit of a chance as he managed to turn away from trouble. And now Slovenia looking for a corner, but it doesn't quite roll that way. But the ball goes out for a throw. Matjaž Kek, the coach of Slovenia, with his hands on his hips, he is
makes sense.
Impassive, but
that makes good sense,
boiling inside because the excitement
makes good sense to
is
me.
really building. But as a coach, you've got to try and keep calm.
Yeah, I don't think his facial expression has changed all game. And
yeah,
absolutely.
Like,
he's got to keep calm.
Choice.
Yeah, he's been there and he's done it. Been in these situations before, and I think calm heads on the sideline are key.
If you feel like you need to renounce it,
transfer onto your players on the pitch and let them do what they do best.
Throw in for Slovenia, level with the edge of the Serbian penalty area on the far side, the left. It's Elshnik, who's been one of their outstanding players today. Back to Biol, who just hits it long towards the edge of the Serbian area. Kacinovic did well. Ball breaks down to Karaničnik. What can he do? He's moved into a central area, the goal scorer. Famous name in Slovenian football if his goal proves to be the winner. Here he is again, working it to Sporar, back to Karaničnik. Right foot shot, and it dribbles just wide of the far post. The goalkeeper wasn't sure if that was going in.
Do you know what? I was about to say, have a go. Why not? It's opened up. If you don't shoot, you don't score. But he just doesn't connect with it well enough at all. He ends up dragging it, but I don't mind that at all. He's had a great game.
Here is Nikola Milenkovic. Played every minute, 2018 and 22 World Cups for Serbia. Kacinovic now, left corner of the penalty area. Low ball in, too close to Jan Oblak. You're listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. It's yet another example.
Yeah, it's ugly, Caruso, for sure, dude. Canada's getting pretty bad, too. Like, we're not dangerous yet, but I mean, there's tons of bad here in the big cities. Like, for instance, one of the cities closer to me, it had a big water main break, Caruso, and everything was flooded all downtown. Like, not crazy flooded, but there was a lot of water damage because there's no one trained to repair the water main.
In this cavernous stadium, Slovenia can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Serbia are running out of time. Are they going to lose their first 2 games of Euro 2024?
And
is Tadic trying to make sure that doesn't happen? Works it to Živkovic, tight to the right touchline, where he's operated almost all game. Comes in his left foot, high ball towards the far post. The header is won by Kacinovic. Goalkeeper comes. Oh, they got themselves in a mess there. Oblak and Biol, but Oblak has fallen on the ball at the second attempt. That was nearly catastrophic, but Slovenia got away with it.
Yeah, it really was. And I actually think Biol might have hurt himself here a little bit. He's gone down on the floor. Oblak does well to get on the second balls. But that's what Serbia need to do more. You know, you've got someone, you're so strong in the air as a nation. You need to be getting balls into the box now. You've got 10 minutes. It's all or nothing now.
So the first player to come off will be Andrija Živkovic.
Yeah, exactly.
Right wing back. He'll be replaced.
It's getting bad.
Veliko Birmančević got 22 goals.
In fact, even in Europe, like,
Prague won the
along with these Euros,
got the winner in the
commercials
cup as well.
are all saying the same thing. Like
in Czechia, so he comes on full of
Europe's shutting the door to their immigration too. Like like Switzerland doesn't want anymore.
There's a player for Udinese comes on for Tadic.
I don't know. I'm sure one of them is an issue.
35, Tadic not quite able to
in
play
England
the full 90. Samajic
because
was
what's
a
his
German
name?
youth
Nigel
international,
Farage looks like he's going to
converted
win.
Playing for Serbia. And he was heavily linked with a move to the Italian champions Inter, but ended up staying at Udinese.
Yeah, I think this is maybe where the game has been won, in my opinion, when you look at the impact that maybe Tadic has had. Definitely had moments, but I think Shireen and Elshnik, for me, in the midfield for Slovenia have been really good, really strong, and I think they've won that midfield battle.
There'll be no pushovers for England, Slovenia. The way they've played against Denmark and carried that on in this game. Is Birmancevic off the left-hand side, and he plays it in fields. Determined run by Samajic, works it to the right-hand side for Ilic. Two substitutes heavily involved already here. Samajic trying to make space for the shot. It's a really good run. Left-footed shot, and it goes just wide of the far post. He didn't really catch it in the way that he would have wanted, and Jan Oblak was confident that that one was going to just bobble wide of the target.
Yeah, great effort. Oblak had it covered completely, but to go past one, to go past two, but look at the white shirts that are trying to get blocks in. You know, it's making it really hard for him to get half a yard and to see any space to really have a decent shot on goal. But good positivity there.
Another thing, Caricel, is all the fighting.
England against
like
Denmark.
there's tons
Still
of
to come
fighting
on
in
Talk
Canada
Sport, 5
now.
o'clock kickoff.
Like most people
Jim
are,
Proudfoot, the former England captain, Stuart Pearce,
they don't know how to
for that one
at
and then
all.
an 8 o'clock kickoff.
And they just
Really is a
they're
potential
passive
cracker between
aggressive
Spain and Italy.
to try
Alex
and get
Crook
what they
alongside
want.
the
Like people are
former
terrible in
West Ham and
Canada these
Newcastle
days.
boss Alan Pardew. Every kick of Euro 2024 coming
Like
your
the
way.
overall
on
maturity in
TalkSport
Canada,
Network
it's
is
just
Pavlovic.
everywhere you
Slides
go,
it
it's
down the
like
inside
dealing with
left channel
children.
for Serbia. Out to the left wing and Birmancevic. He's got Karničnik for company, and Karničnik is running on adrenaline. He could be the one who has scored the winning goal in Slovenia's first ever victory at a Euros. Here's Birmancevic though. There's work to do. Pushed over by Verbic. That was rather clumsy, and that's going to be a free kick.
Silly decision there. You know, you've got just over 5 minutes left. You know that Serbia are strong in the air. You know that they've been a threat on set pieces all game, and he's going the wrong way. He's going away from goal. You don't need to push him there.
84 minutes gone. Here on TalkSport 2, Slovenia 1, Serbia 0. Jan Karničnik, I should say, with the only goal so far. Here's Birmancevic with the free kick. Wide on the left, curled towards the far post.
Yeah, so basically they're going to be homeless, right? Or they'll live like
behind for another
10
corner.
people in a
It
one
just looked like he
bedroom.
misjudged that slightly. Looked like he was coming out to claim it, and then actually has maybe come out a bit too far, and luckily just got a fingertip over the bar.
So work for Slovenia to do. Can Serbia find a response? They've come so close without scoring. It'll be Samajic to take this eventually. It'll be an in-swinging left-footed effort, just like Tadic was delivering earlier in the game. Lots of movement in there, whipped in with pace towards the near post and helped behind rather awkwardly, it has to be said, by Vipotnik.
I'm surprised they're crying out the keeper, though, All Black, because he's so good. He dominates the area. So I'm actually surprised that this is their tactic.
If he's going to come for this, All Black, he's got at least 10 players to come through here.
Yeah, dude. Even it happened at work, Caricel.
Trying to stand
Like it
strong
happened
here,
at my
Slovenia.
last regular job that I had, Caricel.
And it comes.
Basically,
Again,
all
it's
these
whipped in
single
with pace.
moms
Goalkeeper fisted
would
away
sexually
from
harass
underneath
me
his crossbar, and then
and
it was
be
driven
passive
goalwards
aggressive
from the edge of
towards
the
me
area. Low shot
because
that
they
was
want
blocked
me
as
to
well.
be like their
Here comes the
new
follow-up from
baby
Samajic.
daddy or
Great
something
ball
like
in,
that. And I
headed
was
away
like,
by Slovenia.
yeah, I'm here to work.
They
And
are
then they
answering all of the
would
Serbian
go tell the
questions at the
boss
moment.
that I
Dragan
did this and I
Stojkovic,
did
the
that, and
coach
then
of
I would get
Serbia,
written up and
is on
stuff.
his knees in
And then I
silent
quit.
prayer here.
I quit. I just walked out. I'm like,
Left-footed
screw
cross.
this.
He's got that
This is
hopelessly
beyond
wrong.
stupid.
Massively
And
overhit. He can't
then they all
believe it.
started
He had
crying
players
and whining and
queuing up in the
complaining about
box.
that. I
He
was
didn't
like,
find any of them.
I'm
And
like,
it
you
goes
guys
out
literally have had
for a
no
throw-in on the far side.
repercussions,
Actually, he's
and
gone
you
out
were
for a
never
goal kick,
held
isn't it?
responsible
No,
for
just
bad
bounced out
behavior
for a
growing
throw.
up because
And
you
I think
all
that just
act
sums up
like a bunch of
Serbia's game, to
5-year-old
be
kids,
honest.
and I don't want to
Again,
babysit you.
Final ball, no pressure, overhits it when he's got good bodies in the box. And I tell you what, these
That's what it
minutes
is.
now,
It's
the
like you
minutes
go to
will
work
feel
now,
like a lifetime.
and it's not a
I've
job.
been in
You
these
have to
situations before
babysit
where you just want the whistle
grown-ass
to blow if
adult
you're a Slovenia
females
player. and the Serbians
can't
are
pull their
praying
own
and looking
weight
at the
and
refs
are
saying, please do
mad
not
that
blow the
they
whistle.
made the
They'll
decisions
want
that
a
they
lot of
did,
stoppage
and now they
time,
have
put it
to
that
live
way.
with it.
It's been
That's basically how bad it's gotten.
a busy and eventful day involving Serbia, because Serbia earlier on today
And you have to
threatened
pay
actually
for it with your
quit
tax
the
dollars.
tournament. They said they would quit if Albania and Croatia weren't punished for alleged anti-Serb chants in the game between Albania and Croatia yesterday. So we'll see what happens with that. But on the pitch, Serbia might be heading out anyway, because they are staring down the barrel of a second consecutive defeat at Euro 2024.
It's funny what pressure does to players. You know, players that have been there and done it and been in these tournaments and played at top level. But when time is running out, you know, your tournament is running out. Decision making is so key, and that's when you need those ice cool
They
heads.
probably
And right
need
now,
the help. I'm
Serbia's
not debating
players
that.
haven't
I
got
just
that.
don't know where they get off thinking it's
amazing
my
when you
job
think
to
of the
take care of
chances
them.
we've
I'm like,
had in
yeah,
this
I
game
don't
for
even
both
know you
teams,
guys, and I
and
come
think
here
of how
to
many have
work,
fallen to
not
Mitrovic.
babysit.
You'd
Like,
ask any
for real,
Serbian
for
fan, or
real.
indeed
Like,
the coach,
take care of your own
Dragan
problems.
Stojkovic, who would
What
you
is
want
so
the chances to fall to?
what is so
He'd
wrong
be
with that?
absolutely
You know,
top of that list, but he's been denied a couple of times by Jan Oblak. He's hit the bar. He's blazed a shot over the top. He's had a header wide from a set piece. Cannot say
it's
he's
just a
not
bad
had his
idea.
opportunities today.
Like, unless
but he's not
you're
been able to
unless
take any
you've
of them.
never been laid
And
before,
Slovenia
it
have
is
a
like the
1-0
worst
lead
decision
in
you could make for
88th
yourself.
minute in Munich.
Even then, I would say go get a prostitute, because
Serbia find
at
a
least
response. Well, here are
there
Slovenia
you can
just
negotiate
going long
with
when they can, looking to,
you know, like, you're not going to negotiate
counter-attack.
with a desperate
It's
single
Pavlovic
mom that
eating up
sees
the
you as a
ground with
meal
that long
ticket
stride
or
of
a bank
his
account.
for Serbia.
Like, it's
Finds
not happening.
Birmancevic
You're
into
just
the
going to get
penalty
your
area.
ass robbed.
Low ball
That's
into
it.
the box, away by Jon Goran Stankovic.
And like you said, you'll probably get left with
He's had
STDs,
some important
which
blocks
is
actually since coming on.
herpes
as
is
a
for life,
substitute.
bro. Herpes is for
That
life.
low shot from the edge of the area a few minutes ago was blocked by Milic's effort. Here comes Serbia again down the left. Birmancevic has had lots of the ball since coming on. Whips it in towards goal, but got the angle slightly wrong, and it's all the way through to Oblak, who just pouches it and does that goalkeeper's thing of just falling to the floor.
Yeah, and do you know what, as well, with Slovenia, yes, they've had to buy their luck a little bit today, and they've had a lot of luck hitting the crossbar, Serbia, a few times, but I've always felt like they've been in control, you know, and this is what I really like about this team. It's not easy to go into games, you know, having to defend, sitting in that 4-4-2 like they do, knowing that they're probably going to have less possession, but then when they have it, make the most of it. But they're just so good at doing that.
Like,
and I
what are
really
they trying to
see this
prove?
team
Like, what are they trying to
progressing quite
hide?
far in this tournament. I've
Like,
been
you're
so
not
impressed
hiding
with them
anything.
the first
You
couple of
just
games.
look like you're a married scumbag.
Time
you
is the enemy for Serbia. Strahimir Pavlovic works it to the left-hand side, and Birmancevic. Now it's Mitrovic wearing the captain's armband, away from one challenge, but there's always a second challenge, and Chirin knocks it behind for a corner. 90th minute in Munich. Serbia pushing hard to get the point that might save their Euros. Birmancevic, with his dark hair tied back, leaves the corner. There are prayers being offered by Serbian fans. Samajic to take. Outswinger, left-footed, headed away brilliantly. And then Verbic completes the clearance. Out to Ilic, far touchline the right-hand side, went for a reverse pass. Gacinovic hadn't made the run. Janja tries to let it run. Janja was booked, by the way, for time wasting a few moments ago. There will be 5 minutes of added time. That's all that separates Slovenia from history. And in their country, sporting immortality, it would mean so much to finally get a victory at a European Championship finals. They couldn't do it in Euro 2000s. Maybe they'll do it here. Change being made here by Slovenia. There was a bit of confusion. The referee, Istvan Kovac, now allowing that substitution to happen. It's David Brekalo who's coming on, and he will replace Timi Elshnik, who has been absolutely outstanding in this game for Slovenia. Cross from the right from Serbia. It was a really good one, headed away by Biol. Superb defensive header. He's a giant back there, he really is. And now Slovenia on the counter-attack. The tireless Cherin, stride for stride with Jovic. Free kick goes against Cherin, and then he got involved in a bit of nonsense there. And Jovic actually has been yellow carded for getting involved with Shireen. The referee didn't like that.
I think that's harsh, and I think sometimes that's where refs need to understand state of the game. You know, he's getting blocked off, got a couple of minutes to go. He's just giving him a little shove. It's not a yellow card.
Long ball by Bimancevic into the Slovenian area. Attempted overhead kick, but all it does. Keeper, it was Jovic who tried it, and he has caught a Slovenian in doing so. He has scored some brilliant overhead kicks down the years, Luka Jovic, but on this occasion he didn't catch it right. And he caught Karničnik, the Slovenian goal scorer. And he goes down, and I imagine will stay down for as long as he possibly can.
Karničnik again.
Good morning,
you know,
my
they
good
have been
fella.
so good, that back four.
Thanks for
five
coming
with
in,
Oblak
dude.
of Slovenia. I mean, look, we say
Good
the
to
whole
see
team
ya.
have defended valiantly, but
How
in my
about last
opinion,
night,
with
hey?
Viol, massive performer in the Denmark game. Karničnik today for me,
The hotel
phenomenal.
manager,
And Oblak, when
the
it's
hotel
mattered in
manager
moments,
would not be
has come up with some
denied.
key saves.
We've had 2 of the 5 additional minutes here on TalkSport 2. Slovenia 1, Serbia 0.
I was trying to
Slovenia
summon
are nearly
HT.
there.
I was
Serbia
trying
have
to
had
summon
their
HT. I
chances.
kept going
So far,
butthole,
they haven't
butthole,
taken.
butthole.
Long ball from Rajkovic, the
HT,
Serbian
are you
goalkeeper
out
down
there?
the centre.
Butthole, butthole,
Away
butthole.
by Biol, a titan at the heart of that Slovenian rear guards. But here comes Serbia again, but the ball is poor. Samajic bisected 2 of his targets, and it went through to the goalkeeper Oblak, and then a Slovenian player goes down.
Oh, that's Carisel.
In the area.
Carisel, you should go see Chinese
The
women.
referee just coming across to
You should
Gacinovic
go
and
see the
shows him
Chinese
yellow
women.
cards.
There's
and that was pure frustration.
how many guys
from
to a
Mijat
Chinese
Gacinovic.
woman in China?
Yeah, and you don't like to see this
Like,
as well. I understand.
1,000, 10,000,
there's a lot on the line.
100,000. So
But the
every
game's been played
Chinese
in
woman
such a good
should
way
be
from
married,
start to
right?
finish.
Or at
You know, I
least
see
pregnant,
bottles now
right?
getting thrown onto the pitch. Let's play the game in the
And-
right way here.
Yeah, there's
Janša
Chinese women
moved
that want to get
across
out of China
Gacinovic's
and come to
path, but
America so they
Gacinovic
can, because they
accepted
know,
that challenge.
because the Chinese women over there are
Red rag to a
savage,
ball,
dude.
that was,
They're
and he
just
just
like, you're not married,
thumped into
you're a
him,
loser.
received the
The
caution.
end.
And
It's
Oblak's
savage
penalty
as
area
fuck.
littered with cups. As the ball squeezes through to Rajkovic, and now he clashes with Vipotnik, and Vipotnik is shown a yellow card, and it's all getting very, very tetchy in the closing moments, but it's the 4th minute of stoppage time. There were only 5 allocated. Serbia can't afford to mess around here. They are running out of time. Dragan Stojkovic, their coach, now sat down, slumped in his dugout. Does he believe his team can produce one final twist? Or will it be no points from 2 games for Serbia? The header on by Milinkovic-Savic, who's been quiet since coming on. He had that one header that drifted wide.
shit.
High ball into the Slovenian box.
Oh,
Again,
shit.
Viol is there. Mitrovic now, edge
100?
of the D. Tries to
Oh,
work it to the
dude.
right-hand side.
Running high,
Header
man.
down
Just
is
stay
wayward from
underground.
Ilic. Every clearance
High.
roared to the
It's the best
rafters
advice I can
by
give.
Slovenia's fans. 30 seconds of stoppage time to go. The ball again is pumped forward, headed down in the Slovenian box, and it's knocked behind for a corner. One final test to pass for Slovenia. One final challenge. Corner kick
oh no.
for Serbia. The
Oh my
goalkeeper's
God.
up. Predrag
They
Rajkovic
fucking tied it.
at the near post. Verbic marking him.
Yeah, they fucking tied it,
Whipped
dude.
into the 6
With-
yard box.
Oh my
They
God,
did it! Luka Jovic
there's no time left.
with the flick header.
There's no time left.
Pandemonium in Munich.
Holy
They
shit.
were so close to defeat.
Fuck.
They had to dig so deep.
Oh my God.
And they found a way. Slovenia are crushed. They
Awesome.
cannot believe it.
Love it.
But Luka Jovic rose highest.
No, dude,
And
it's
has
been
snatched an
it's
equaliser.
been it's been pretty much
Slovenia
tied.
won. Serbia won.
It's been pretty much
I
tied.
cannot believe it. I
Like,
really
even.
can't.
But they were
Absolute
winning.
Heartbreak.
And they're
for
it's gonna
Slovenia.
the
But
game's
fair
over.
play,
Watch.
Serbia.
They're gonna
They
do a
did not
kickoff
give
and the
up.
ref's gonna blow the whistle.
Brilliant
Watch.
ball into the box, and what a header! Gets up highest, wants it more, hangs high. That is a brilliant header. Nothing Oblak can do. Is it fair? I'm not sure. I think Slovenia have been the better team today, but to show the courage, the bravery, to keep going till the end, and that could be one crucial point for Serbia.
The most extraordinary drama. Luka Jovic with a last gasp leveler for Serbia. and Slovenia cannot believe it.
What?
They were so close. Moments away.
There you go. There you go. I told you.
From a win that would surely have taken them into the last 16.
Look at that.
But it is all over.
That was literally the latest possible moment they could have waited,
at
dudes.
Euro 2024, thanks to Luka Jovic's intervention.
That was good.
It will feel like a defeat for Slovenia. Jan Karničnik gave them the lead in the 69th minute. Serbia pushed and pushed and pushed. And with their final attack, their final corner, they grabbed
their
a point.
asses down.
Slovenia have 2 points from 2 games,
In injury
but
time.
face England next. And Serbia have a point from their 2 games, but they will feel that they can compete with Denmark. And when you look at it, Tashdawi,
This group is getting
feels
good.
much better for Serbia.
This group is
Absolutely.
getting really
Yeah,
good.
I think you've just said it all there. When you look at it on paper, Serbia would definitely fancy their chances going into that Denmark game to pick up 3 points. Slovenia less likely against England. And I mean, football, sport, it can be so cruel, can't it?
Well, let's take a look at the King performance, thanks to Burger King.
King Performance on TalkSport 2 with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
That was good, you guys.
Tashdawi,
That was good.
Find a man of the match.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think it's quite easy. It's Karničnik for me, the fullback for Slovenia, the goal scorer, and I would have given it to him even if he hadn't have scored. I think he was phenomenal today for Slovenia. Everywhere he needed to be defensively, and then got the crucial goal, potentially a valid point for them.
Well, that was our King Performance pick in association with Burger King.
King Performance on TalkSport 2 with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
Such relief for these Serbian players, and Jovic being mobbed by his teammates. For Slovenia, it is heartbreak, it is devastation. They look dazed, they look glassy-eyed, they cannot believe that equaliser has gone in. But the final score is 1-1. Slovenia with their second 1-1 draw of the tournament. Coming up later on TalkSport, 5 o'clock kickoff, it's England against Denmark. Jim Proudfoot and the former England captain Stuart Pearce, you commentators for that one. And then an 8 o'clock kickoff, and what a game it'll be. Italy against Spain with Alex Crook and the former West Ham and Newcastle boss, Alan Pardew.
Both
My
teams
thanks to
had
the former England
7.2s.
striker Tash Dowie for her insight and her company. I've been your match commentator, Kevin Hatchard. An extraordinary game has ended. Slovenia won, Serbia won, and coming up next on TalkSport 2, it is live racing from Royal Ascot.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by TalkSport 2 with Burger King. Get your classic Game Day Flame Grilled Whopper made fresh and delivered to your door. Order your Burger
Okay,
King
dudes, I'm
delivery
killing
now.
this one. I'll be back on in an hour. Thanks for coming through. Drop me a like. Thanks a lot. Exciting game, and we'll see you all again soon.